Hey everybody, welcome to Charm Persons. So happy to be here. As you can see, we're all in a very good mood. We have a full party with us today.
Yay!
Very excited. So glad to have Ian back. So, because we have a full party, I'll do announcements at the end of the stream. Let's just jump right in to our next session in the world of Tayaroth. Our next session in the world of Tayaroth with a little recap, and the recap begins now. In our last session, our party, a little help, has been dealing with this secret ancient organization known as the Animalia. Through their connections with the Palladium Planopticon, a secret society that you, Pentui, is a very devout member of, and that Cuinn mocks thoroughly. Cuinn, are you a real member, Cuinn? We can get into that during the session.
We'll never know.
But through their connections with them and through sleuthing and investigating of their own, have come to the conclusion that the Animalia is trying to bring apart this prophecy known as the Returning, which is a returning of all the banished gods that Dune, the one recognized god, sent away after the divine blight happened over a millennia ago. Through doing this, it also talked about the return of the servants of the banished, kind of like the main soldiers in the domains of these gods. Our party has fought 2 of them already, knows of the existence most likely of a 3rd, and knows definitely of the existence of a 4th from our last session. Because after our party fought a coven of hags and made their way back onto the road towards the small village of Stillshire, they found a small, more of a hamlet really, that was just blanketed in dark energy. And people were missing, and Captain Pratt, the captain of the local Lucian Guard, informed Rosie, as Rosie was a former patron of this village and knew of Captain Pratt. That allowed them to get into the city, where Captain Pratt told everybody of these attacks, these missing people that had happened. Turns out that these attacks and missing people were because of a brother and sister turned into vampire spawn that were attacking the village. Our party caught them in the act, almost losing Morton in the process, but Morton was able to survive, and the party was able to kill the vampire spawn. Upon killing them, they found brands of the letters W-E in the bodies of these vampire spawn, which you, Pentui, knew was to be a reference to Wolfram Evernight, who is rumored to be recorded to be the first vampire ever, and was a servant of the god Bahal, and was one of the servants of the banished. Upon kind of giving this information to Captain Pratt and the rest of the village, they learned that this man, Wolfram Evernight, was heading to Bayhoth in search of a certain ruby. Our party then went to sleep in the inn and had a peaceful night's sleep. Nothing really occurred. Nothing important happened whatsoever. Actually, Rosie did have a vision given to her by Dune that revealed that Chidrimi Strongjaw was actually the elven prince Rain of the kingdom of Tirat, and because the king was dying and had no known heir, was also most likely soon to become the rightful king to the kingdom of Tirat. So I did forget about that casual piece of information that was dropped right at the end of last session. But it is the next morning. You have all taken a long rest. The events of the day previous kind of swim throughout your mind. But for now, it is a peaceful, calm morning. The sun returns to the small little hamlet of Stillshire, and you all wake the next day in the inn. Rosie, kind of right as you like, it feels like right after this vision is granted to you is when your eyes kind of pop open. And it's a weird thing for Rosie, I would assume, kind of having a crisis of faith for a lack of maybe other words recently, and having that, I don't know, having that maybe solidified, but also in the accompaniment of a pretty grand piece of information. What do you think Rosie does in the morning after kind of waking up with this revelation?
Well, it's just very strange, I say out loud. Are we sharing a room at all, or do we all have our own?
There is enough for you all to have your own rooms,
Okay.
and we did, I think, say that, but
Yeah.
we can also retcon, and if
Yeah.
the Pentwees are bunked together, they can be, or you can be separate. It's up to the two of you.
Yeah, I said I would have left it up to you whether or not they wanted to join their mother because they're such a big person now, and very mature for their age. So if you want to, would you be? You're muted.
Yeah, you would very much, yeah, especially after going against knowing that there's vampires in the area, be wanting to stay near Rosie.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, then in that case, I would have woken immediately up, and I would have like grabbed you by the collar and said, "Don't speak to me. Dune has spoken to me in a dream."
Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry. Oh my goodness.
He spoke. What happened? Tell me everything that happened.
Okay. So number one, and I'll immediately just like recall as much of the dream as I can.
Yeah. Okay. So for our viewers and for Ian, the dream that Rosie experienced and that you do recall, Rosie was kind of viewing this as like this kind of like clairvoyant like bird in the sky that wasn't actually there, but Dune spoke in a voice that was so deep and resonant that I can't even really like impersonate what it would truly sound like, telling you that he was still with you, but that things were about to get more complicated. And after speaking those words, you were kind of thrust into this vision of this very beautifully carved castle and a tower in this castle where you saw, even though you've never seen these people before, you just kind of knew of as if it were a dream. You knew that this was King Zane and Queen Lucinda, of the kingdom of Tirat, who were arguing, and Queen Lucinda was arguing and saying words along the lines of like, "You idiot, you've put your family in jeopardy, you've put your royalty and your like line of succession in jeopardy," and him saying, "I loved her, like this was not a mistake, blah blah blah," and then the queen threatening to kill him, whatever that means. And then down the hall, you see an image of his daughter, kind of like paying attention to this conversation, and then her rushing through the city of Tirat, kind of through the back alleys, and then eventually making her way to docks, where she placed a tiny baby in a tiny basket on a ship. And then you were kind of granted with the vision that Chad had recently also seen in a dream, which was of a woman finding a young baby with a necklace that an elvish said rain on them, and that she ended up raising as her own child, renaming him to be Chadrimi Strongjaw, your fellow party member. Or, that's not technically how that happened, but
Named him.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then that's what you woke up from. So your mom kind of lays all that out there, a lot to take in, but that's the dream that she recalls.
Chad's the king. Chad's gonna be the king. Chad's gonna be the king of everyone.
I mean, if he wants to be,
why wouldn't he want to be? Well, I guess because of the. Oh no. Oh. Okay, I don't like this anymore. I don't like the implications of this anymore.
what do you want to do?
Oh. We should tell him, probably. Would you tell?
Do you think he doesn't already know?
Oh. I'm gonna tell him and see what he does.
I mean, it's your Doom spoke to you, and I don't know anybody who knows Doom better than you do.
Well, you know Doom pretty well.
Yeah, but everything I know, I feel like I've learned from you.
Oh. Well, okay. Well. Yeah. Maybe I'll eat breakfast and maybe I'll ask some questions just to get a better sense to see, because this is a big thing. This will change his life if he doesn't know, and I don't know if I can be responsible for that. But Dune did say that he needed me to stay in his life, so this will be fun. Maybe I'll ask if he needs a mom, another one. He has 2 already. Maybe I can be a 3rd, just in case. I could be the 3rd in the line of succession.
And that is are you just trying to adopt the whole world, Mom? Because that's a lot.
Adopt.
How dare you know exactly what I'm trying to do? Let's go get some breakfast.
The rest of the party, you are all gathered together downstairs. Grand Devoir, your recent companion, your half-orc sorcerer who joined you from the Palladium Planopticon, he is also there. And Freya Ulvine, the brass dragonborn tavern keeper, is getting some morning ales and other drinks that you guys would like, and some nice breakfast foods of, smoked sausage and eggs and nice freshly baked bread. It's a new day here in Stillshire, and you are all gathered up to join for breakfast before you head out to Hydre.
How's my elbow doing? This morning?
Good question. Roll a D20 for me.
Okay, got Chad's royalty dice. Didn't know it at the time, but it's his royalty dice. It's a 2.
A 2. Okay. Chad with a 2.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You wake up. It is from probably halfway down your forearm to about halfway up your bicep is full, completely surrounded black dragon scales.
Jeez. And the same, no hindrance to it.
No hindrance. If you poke at them, scratch at them, they feel like part of you. Mm-hmm. It is not causing you pain in any way, but you have the full sleeve of dragon scales, almost.
Okay. I will have still, even though people noticed it as a rash, I will have still wrapped basically now my entire arm. I will just have a wrap on my whole arm when I come down to breakfast.
Okay. All right.
I didn't make it to breakfast, but you can loudly hear snoring coming from my room.
Of course.
Oh,
Did you break your
Chad.
arm, Chad? Is that if a cast
You
arm?
know,
What was
Are
that?
you okay?
The rash that I was, say it might have spread a little bit more.
A rash?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
walk
said
in
you
as
saw
I
it was
hear
like a little.
rash. I go, you also have a rash. We need to talk about this. That is something.
I don't think it's that. I don't. I mean, once we're maybe not here, I'll show you guys a little bit.
You should let Rosie look at it for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, you should let Rosie look at it for sure.
Yeah. I just maybe not.
Yeah.
It
Are
seems
you
to be getting
like-
bigger faster. I think you should look at it soon.
I mean,
Is-
maybe just after breakfast and before we leave, we can
Okay.
just go up to the room and.
Is it contagious? Is anybody else?
I never really touched anyone with it. I don't think it is.
Maybe don't.
I hold
No,
my
I
arm
wasn't
out.
gonna.
I hold my arm
no,
out. I'm
no.
like, do you want to give it a go while we have a healer right there?
No, I don't want to put you at risk if it is contagious.
I mean,
What
I
if
would
it's
like
fatal?
to continue touching, so I'm curious.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. It's not like it's just.
Yeah, until it does. And I'll just keep on eating.
Fair point. Yeah, I mean, once we're finished eating, Rosie, we'll go up to my room and just check it out real quick. No big
Okay.
deal. It's super.
I will have some follow-up questions about it probably.
Me too.
Can I also look at it, maybe? Can I be there?
Me
I would
too.
also like to see it.
I'm curious.
Sure.
Let's all just go up into my room after breakfast.
All right.
Okay.
Well, maybe we can do it on the road. Not to rush, but to kind of rush.
I'm fine with that. Like I said, it doesn't hurt. It's not like hindering anything. So if we just do it on the road, I just don't know. Maybe if there's, I don't know, a salve that we
I could
need
maybe
something for. So we want to get it in
identify it.
town.
I could maybe identify if there's something affecting you.
Try.
Can you do that? I thought you could
I mean,
only say
I
like
would-
what things do.
No, if I look at a person, or a being, I could see if there's any outside forces affecting it. Any
Oh,
magic.
you think this is
spells
a
in
magic
particular?
rash?
It doesn't
mean-
look like
Oh,
a
no.
regular rash.
Magic rash.
If it is, I might be able to tell.
No. I mean, I've had some rashes before. It is spreading a little quickly and does look
Yeah.
a little different. So yeah, but maybe in the room again, like we'll go up and see.
Just
yeah.
while we're getting
I'll look at
ready.
Chad's rash.
Well, you know
Kinda
what?
Like my cheeks get ever so
I
red,
will
and I'm
loudly
just
say
like,
that.
Well, you know what? We smash cut to all of you. Like some people are like kind of stuffing stuff in their packs, but mainly everybody kind of like has their packs ready to go. And the entire party is in you and Rosie's room, looking at Chad expectantly.
Well, unwrap it, Chad.
yeah,
Flint, they woke you up for this.
Well, you gotta get it.
You gotta see this rash.
I walk in the room wearing nothing but tidy whities. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm really tired. Can I?
We're gonna get on the road after this.
yeah.
We need to go in like
we're
20 minutes. Why don't
packed
you
and
even
ready.
up?
I think
gonna-
you wants to say something.
I hand Flint a bowl of oatmeal and cup of coffee.
Hell yeah!
As I
love that.
I brought it up there.
Yes.
You know dwarves. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Flint is just in his tidy whities eating a bowl of oatmeal and drinking coffee as this is happening.
Slurp. What's going on in here, everyone?
So like I said before, I didn't think this was a big deal. Now that it's spread, maybe it is. And I'm not trying to like keep secrets, hide things. I really did think it was just like a one thing and would go away. But don't like freak out, okay, guys?
Promise.
Can't promise
Okay.
that.
And I'll
Hey.
just start unwrapping it and revealing the.
And you see, as I
Holy
described
shit.
earlier, from like
Spit take.
halfway up the forearm
It's
to
not
about
coffee.
halfway up the bicep, you see just a full rounded around the whole arm sleeve of black dragon scales.
I'll just be like,
Mm.
And
Hmm.
Can I make like a medicine check or something to see if I've ever seen something like this?
Sure.
Or maybe instead of medicine, something like perception.
This was
So,
from the
you
90s.
tell me what you
Thing that
roll.
I'm bad at? Or can I do the thing that I'm
You tell me what you roll.
Would I roll just the straight roll?
No, tell me what skill you're using.
Oh, I'm gonna use investigation,
Okay.
and that's a 21.
21. With the 21 investigation, I will say that as you were looking at these, definitely are large scales. You knowing a little bit more about nature, these definitely look like dragon scales. I mean, it looks as if, with the 21 investigation, it looks as if like, it looks similar to like what a dragonborn's arms look like what Freya in her arm looks like. It's like those kind of scale, like it's not they're not scales the size of like what a dragon would have. It's as if like it's kind of like a dragonborn. And then with the 21 investigation, yeah, I'll say you notice this. You're kind of like just like looking up Chad's arms. Chad is yoked always. And so Chad has like pretty visible veins in his arms. And with the 21, you like see like at his wrist, like the slight pulse on one of his veins. And in the scales, like on the underarm where you see a vein in the scales, you also see a slight pulse there, but it is at a different rhythm than the vein at his wrist.
I don't like that.
Hey, Rosie,
Yeah.
what does it mean if somebody has 2 heartbeats?
They have 2 hearts, I thought. I mean,
Look,
What?
Chad, show me your arm. Let me see your arm.
Probably
And
this
I'll
arm, yeah.
like point to his wrist and then his elbow.
Oh my goodness.
What does that
Okay.
mean?
Well,
Yeah, what does that mean?
that means. Would I know what that means?
Roll a medicine check.
Excellent choice in deciding. I'm going to use my big dice. This is for Chad.
Do I feel different pulses
Oh.
now that I'm aware of it?
11.
No, I don't think you do.
Okay,
I don't
great.
think you do feel anything different. With an 11 medicine check, you have no idea what could cause this. I mean, Morton is correct.
Yeah.
Chad could have 2 different hearts, but other than that, you can't really think of a reason why that would occur.
When did this start happening, Chadreamy?
The scales?
Yeah.
It was just yesterday morning. I woke up and they were just in the like.
Technically, that was
Area.
5 days ago.
Was it?
Yeah, because since the hag battle, you guys traveled 5 days.
Oh, yeah.
And they were very slowly expanding, but then this morning with the 2, they expanded a lot.
Yeah. So I say that is like
Yeah.
started just kind of in my elbow and was just like slow, but then this morning got a lot worse.
did the hags do something to you?
They didn't. They were mostly just like killing Flint. I didn't really
got
get
that
hit.
dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it?
Could I
Wait,
take
did-
a look at the dagger?
Quinn, did you identify the dagger?
No, Chad wouldn't let me.
Well,
But
Yeah.
it was just
I don't think
it's a
that's how it
dagger. It's just
Well,
I
maybe
didn't
it's
think
not
it
though.
needed
Look
to
at your
be.
arm.
Fair. Now, yes, you're making the good point. At the time, I thought it was just a dagger.
Well,
Right.
let's not let our past mistakes cloud our judgment of today. Chad, hand over the dagger.
Yeah. I mean,
Hand over the dagger.
And I'm going to
Yeah, nobody
pose
gets
with
hurt.
it while Quinn identifies it.
Okay, Rosie stands still for 10 minutes.
Yep, and the caster ritual is
We all watch.
playing.
Yeah, Flint
music in
maybe
this
dresses
super small
within
room.
this 10 minutes, maybe.
I grab
Probably
a
not.
cigar in my urn.
You
The
cast
quickest
identify on
smoking
the dragon
experience.
tooth dagger. It is a dagger that is definitely it is made of the tooth of a black dragon. It has evocation magic within it because it does a D4 of acid damage on a hit.
Okay.
You also notice a slight tinge of transmutation magic within this dagger.
Do I know? It does say I know if there's any specific spells or anything that's like.
But it doesn't say
affecting
you
the
know
dagger.
curses.
All right.
But I will give you that this, you are noticing, and I will say, with you knowing how Identify works, you notice like a remnant of transmutation magic here. In the fact that you don't know what that transmutation magic is doing, you do not like that. You don't like that you don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, it's definitely coming from the dagger, I think, in my expert opinion.
Yeah, those weapons we got are definitely cursed. Look,
I don't know. It might not be bad.
Is
could
anybody
be
else
good.
experienced
I mean,
the
it's pretty
curse from their
cool.
weapons?
I'll be honest. I am experiencing some side effects from attuning to my weapon. But it's not a big deal.
Does this have anything to do with the thing you were saying the other day where I was
about
like,
to say-
I look older?
Flint flat out said at the end of the battle, at the end of the battle, that he turned 2 years older.
We don't need a I'm 150 years old, so like 2 years is nothing. I still got like 200 years till I need Viagra.
Do you need what?
Wow. And Morton, you can choose whether or not to say something, but Morton,
Keeps
you
rock hard.
did experience the D4 of necrotic damage for when you got healed. You did. You don't have to say anything. I'm just saying you did experience that.
I think I did say something to who healed me.
I think Rosie. Yeah.
I think I
Wasn't it
said something to
Rosie?
Rosie. I was like, oh yeah, and I did move my ring from this finger to the other. Do I have any like leftovers from the hurt?
No. Well, you don't have any. You don't have any leftovers.
Yeah, there was something weird when you healed me. That was the only thing. And I did get this ring, and I put it because I moved it to my middle finger when it hurt me. I did. It did hurt when you did that. But after I slept, I was fine. But in the moment, it was a little painful.
Well, maybe this is just an idea. Maybe we should just not use these.
Well,
until we need them, maybe like not all the time. Maybe you could just put them in my bag, and then we could carry them around, and we could get them out if we need them. Like we don't need to cloud ourselves with this poison and shenanigans.
I would love to do that. That would be fantastic. However, I'm what's known in the business as a sponge. So if someone tries to go for me, it's pretty. They'll get me.
Well, you'll get the ring then. But is it worth the pain?
He would have to spend an hour with it before he can.
Yeah, and it's already on my finger. And like, if I'm quick, if I go hoo,
Okay, well, I don't want to hear any complaining from you then.
I mean, I'll say ow, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, I can't believe this is happening.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You got it. You made a choice. You're making a choice.
Like Quinn said, it might not be bad. I mean, this is like just armor, like
it also could be bad. I just want to leave that on.
Yeah, but it calls not bad.
Right.
Chad's item has the worst side effects. I think we can all agree, and mine is negligible.
The most immediate, I would say.
Well, what if I found that stuff? If I had been using it, that would be bad for me. I'm a human.
Yeah, well, that's why it's perfect that I have it.
What if you only use it in like emergencies? Like you need to like kill a rabbit for breakfast. You're not going to need
When you said that you can like identify what's going on, right?
Yeah,
so
maybe I could see if the spell is affecting you, but that's
or if it's like something that I'll turn into a dragon and die.
That I can't tell.
Oh,
you need something more powerful.
I will say, you know what? I'm going to say. Do you cast Identify on the arm?
Yeah.
Okay. Because mechanically you're not going to find anything out, but what I will say is because you're casting Identify, make a Arcana check with advantage.
Right.
Don't help me.
Crucial roll, don't screw it up.
Oh, why did you say that, man? I rolled a 9.
Oh, had advantage too.
Advantage?
I rolled a 7 and a 2.
Oh, Matt,
Matt.
get out of here.
With a 9, I mean, it's a
Feel
ritual
free to tell
spell,
me
so
nothing, man.
yeah, no, I know it's a 9, and you know it's a ritual, so you're not losing a spell slot. So, what I'll give you is that you notice that the dragon scales give off a remnant of transmutation magic, but that's about all you got.
Yeah, it's definitely coming from dagger. I would say I'm pretty 99% sure.
I can tell if you are a dragon.
Doesn't look-
Yeah.
I mean,
Keep that
by-
on the back burner.
I can do that by just looking. Not a dragon.
Rosie,
Not
can you see
yet.
if there's any like poison or if it's a sickness that you can cure? Well, it's transmutation magic, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I'll
I
say
answered my own question.
Rosie did already roll her medicine check, and
Yeah.
I would say that Rosie, with that medicine check, you're good enough at medicine to at least know that it is not like you asked Chad, like, move your arm. Do you feel any pain here? Do you feel like you know that it's not like killing Chad, but you don't really know what it is. Morton, what's up?
Can I look in the spell book that is definitely mine and see, just like look up specifically anything on transmutation magic, like while rituals and stuff are happening? Because as soon as that was said, I would assume just to learn maybe if there's something that, you know, I would pick up from these specific notes that are for sure mine.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely like find some you find polymorph, you find alter self, like, you know, like there are definitely spells of transmutation that exist. From what you find in your like 20 minutes of like looking it up, they're all pretty immediate spells that require concentration from the caster. So this weird like side effect that's coming from this dagger, there's like nothing really in that spell book that like gives you any more insight.
Well, I'm an expert on transmutation magic now. Shut it and put it in my bag. It seems like most of the normal effects are very, you know, immediate and require, you know, the caster to concentrate. But this, I mean, to imbue an object with it, that's potentially some dark stuff.
And you would know that, and Cuinn would even know that. Like, you don't often find items with transmutation magic capabilities.
Kat, will you tell me if this gets worse?
Yeah.
When it gets worse, and if it starts to, because your arm is one thing. You know, I don't want to scare you, but we can cut off your arm. Your chest and your we're not going to. Okay.
Okay.
We could.
Please don't.
I
want to prevent as much as possible. So if it starts to spread up to like your torso region, you let me know immediately. Okay.
Sure.
And I'll start doing.
Oh, but there are some cool,
chopping.
there's some cool stories in my books of people with like they lose an arm and they get built with magic.
Oh.
That
would be kind of cool.
That look really cool.
Have
we
determined? Oh, I'm sorry.
Can we just maybe stop using these items though?
I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I think maybe in the case of Chad.
Yeah, Morton and Chad, you stop using it. I'll just continue using it.
Angie, I feel like I think
I can't make you
this dagger.
anybody stop doing
It's
anything.
that's their
What
choice.
if, I don't know, because this
wants
might
to.
get Flint. This might get you through your midlife crisis.
Literally.
Just fast forward through.
I'll keep mine.
You can't have a midlife crisis if you're not mid through your life.
I always hung out with the older crowd anyway, so.
I'll keep mine. It hurts a little bit, but I slept and I was fine. I didn't like see anything afterwards. So if it becomes a problem, I'll get rid of it.
I mean, it'll be a problem if we try to heal you, right?
I mean,
maybe.
That was more of an issue. That was more of an issue with the vampires, because the vampires did some freaky shit, and I felt really weak and horrible. But this was just, I mean, the equivalent of it felt like, you know, like just like a burn, but like one of those burns you get from like a fever for like a second. It's just like and then it was a little bit of a hot flash, but like rotting. But I slept and I'm fine. I don't see a mark on this finger, which is where it was. So, but if it becomes a problem, I assure you, this is gone. But I need, hold on. Sorry.
I'm putting in the corner. I'm putting some sugar in my coffee and stirring it with my staff.
The little
Wait,
hand.
which? Yeah, I was gonna say which
The
side.
hand
So
at the
much
top.
coffee is spilling onto the floor.
Okay, well we said we were gonna do our early checkouts, and
Yeah,
we might
we should
don't want to
probably
get charged
hit the
for an
road.
extra
Should go.
night, so.
Yeah.
All right, a
I
little
should
help.
go.
A little help packs up your gifted like some takeaway bread from Freya, and also that 50 platinum that she
Yeah, are we
gave you
splitting
last
that up?
night.
I'll split it up eventually. You just calm down. You just keep working on your bad boy magic.
I just
Bye.
don't want all that money going to Dune, you know.
It won't.
I don't want. All right.
And
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'll keep my arm unwrapped from now on too.
Okay, yeah.
Now I'm not hiding it from
Maybe
them,
let
so
it
I'm like,
air out.
cool. Yeah, maybe I need some fresh air, sunlight.
It
you know?
looks cool. Like side note,
right.
It
Like
does.
it's
Yeah.
pretty.
it's definitely adding to the whole thing.
It looks really cool, and I bite my lip hard.
Oh, good lord.
There we go. Okay. Now that Morton's made it
Hey.
uncomfortable, we no. I'm just kidding.
Morton, your lip is bleeding.
You all continue to travel. You're making your way to the town of Hydre, and as you are, I'll just go ahead because I guess that did technically happen last session. You've officially like switched priorities from Stagmire to Bayhoff. So as you continue to travel, you travel southwest towards the town of Hydre. As you do, about like you're traveling in the very late evening, early nighttime, right before you're about to set up camp one evening. Let's say this is on the third day of travel. And as you're doing so, Batty May is like kind of like, trotting along next to a lot of the time she rides in the wagon because she's not, super endurance built. But right now she's kind of just trotting along next to the wagon, and she starts to get worked up, and in her own way lets you know like that she feels like disturbance in the ground.
Hey guys, something's getting a baddie. She said she feels something. We should stop for a second.
Like mites or fleas or something?
I mean, those have to be everywhere. She doesn't let me know about those usually.
Maybe it's another poop hole that I'll stick my head in.
And then lie about.
Oh yeah, you fully made him go through a shitter.
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
I did.
Yeah.
Hey, how
Can
are
I
those
get-
people doing?
We have like a
I'm sure they're
wagon.
fine.
Is that right?
Yes.
You specifically checked on them, Morton.
Oh yeah.
You went to the northwestern district and went to the temple there, and you checked in, and most of them made it back and were getting the help that they needed. You're asking if you are currently it's 2 wagons. This is a 2 wagon caravan currently.
Can I climb up on top of one of the wagons and make a perception check, see if I see anything?
Of course you can. And I'm going to say, go ahead and make it with advantage because Batty's like pointing off in the direction that she sees.
17.
With 17, it's nighttime. So it's barely nighttime, but it is nighttime, so it's hard to see. But you are currently on the main road, and then there's like a 200 to 300 foot wide, just like stretch of trees that has been following you for a few miles and continues on for a few miles. And then on the other side of that is like kind of rolling plains. And you see a dark shadow moving over one of the rolling plains about 1/8 of a mile to your, like, you're heading in the southwest. So kind of like if you're the direction that you're looking to your like 10 o'clock. about an eighth of a mile away, down the rolling plains, you see the shadow moving. And then you realize what it is. And you realize why it was disturbing Batty, as you see dozens of soldiers, most likely from the direction that they're coming and from what you can see, wearing Behothian armor. Dozens of soldiers making their way down the plain, the rolling plains, in like kind of going basically along the opposite side of the tree line in the opposite direction of you. And they don't have any torches out. And yeah, that is what you see.
And I'll climb down. There's a ton of soldiers.
Behothian?
Yeah.
Oh, should probably hide then, right?
Well, they're moving away from us, right?
Yeah, they like, if you're on the main, like they are not on the main, they are traveling off the main road about 400 feet to the south of the main road, through trees. The only reason you were able to see them is because you were up at a distance on some wagons, and this little stretch of trees isn't thick enough to have any trees that are like super tall or ancient. So you were able to, and they were kind of cresting a hill and then going down a hill. It looked as if it was like a shadow from a cloud from moonlight kind of making its way down the rolling plain, but you very quickly kind of could see that it was hard to see at first because, like I said, there's no torchlight or anything, but that it was several dozens of individuals from a glance, 50 to 60 probably soldiers that were making their way. Yeah.
There's it seems like they're trying to be sneaky. They're in the trees, they're not on the road, they don't have any torches out. I almost didn't see them.
Did you see any scouts or anything, or was it like a big?
It was just like
go
one.
ahead and
Nope.
go ahead, Morton, anyone who's from Bayhoff, go ahead and roll just a history check.
Not tired.
Oh boy, that's a 9.
7.
18.
With an 18, Cuinn, you know that the total size of the Behothian army is roughly 10 to 12,000 soldiers, as the total population of the Behothian civilization is like around 60 to 70,000 people, with Bayhoff being like over half of that population. So you know the size of the army from just what you've seen, and because you are almost in the army yourself. And Morton can kind of like back this up too. I mean, Morton, actually maybe you guys don't, Morton, I mean, I don't know, Morton, do you think you've, sorry. Do you think that you've, mini stroke, I just had a stroke, it's okay. But, Morton, do you think you've been open about the fact, or have mentioned the fact that like you didn't want to stick around in Bayhoff, part of the reason being like you just didn't want to be in the military?
I feel like I would have mentioned. I don't think I would have necessarily mentioned that it was Behothian, because I think if I had mentioned it, that would be before someone put truth or shit in my drink.
Yeah.
But I probably would have mentioned like at some point, like, oh, the people, it's people want to put all men in the military for whatever reason. I just thought it's not about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, Morton would maybe be able to like kind of back some of this up too, but you would know that like a normal squadron of like all 10,000 armies, like units, like wouldn't meet in the middle of the field and just go at it. Usually the largest size of army that you would see is like 1,000 to 2,000 soldiers. These probably 50 to 60 soldiers that Maewyn is seeing, they are the scouts.
Yeah, a small group like that, they're probably, looking ahead for whatever they're looking for.
Especially with the like lack of torches and the sneaking, and you think that they are the scouts.
I hope they didn't look in this direction. That would be a I mean, issue.
I mean,
if
I
there's a
don't
wagon
think
on the
they're-
road.
I don't
would-
think they saw me.
doesn't really. I don't think we're not doing anything wrong
Yeah,
here.
we're just traveling.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, listen, I totally understand that. I like agree with you. I also understand that in war, anyone is a combatant. If there are more people who have swords than the people who don't have swords or are not armed.
What do you mean the
so-
swords that your family provided them?
Woof.
You really want to start this conversation?
No.
Silver Step?
Yeah, I am.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's probably a scouting team. I don't think we have anything to worry about.
So just so we're on the same page, which side of the army are we on? Are we allies with?
I don't know if we're allies.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Conscientious objectors.
Because
Angie,
I
you're
Rosie,
muted.
Rosie, you're muted.
Well, we don't have to be any side.
Yeah, I don't think we're
We
on
can
the
just
side.
be. We could just. Suddenly, I want to go back to Barrington.
Conscientious
Yeah.
objectors. What was that?
I mean,
I know
Vietnam?
Yes.
the
We all
dwarves
remember
that
Vietnam,
Gora
right?
hold are not a part of this war, but I just want to put my cards on the table. If they are sucked into the war, I will defend Gora Hold and the dwarves with my life.
I think we all
That's
probably
fair.
agreed with. I think we assumed that might be the
As an
case.
ambassador,
Yeah.
new ambassador to the city.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I'm
Did you get-
paying.
Did you get a
Bear-
letter for that while we were traveling, or are you?
I took it upon myself to give myself the position. Thank you.
Is anybody here from
Congrats.
Tayaroth?
Who?
Tayaroth? Is anybody from? That's what the other.
No, I don't think anyone is from Tirot.
Are you from Tayaroth? That was a weird thing
No,
for you to say.
I'm from Barrington. But before that, I lived in Meadowdown Woods.
Right.
Insight
You-
check. That sounds like a lie, and Morton is not smart enough to go.
Go and
beyond
roll an
that.
insight check.
Rosie doesn't lie.
Only
all the time now.
You know what's really
Yeah.
funny about that? Like, this is purely a character roll. Like, this is for sure. This is a character roll, and it's the best insight I've rolled in this campaign, which is bullshit because I've asked for interesting things on my dice to betray me. This is an 18.
Well, with an 18, you know that Rosie is telling the truth. That she is from Barrington, and before that, she lived in Meadowdown Woods. But with an 18, she weirdly felt like the weird thing of what she said is that she doesn't think that anyone is here from T-Rod. Now, with an 18 and knowing Morton, you think that maybe Rosie's racist and thinks that, no, just kidding.
Can you imagine?
Morton starts cracking his knuckles. Oh, kind of racist, Rosie.
No, but that's the only thing. But like, I don't know. Think about that, whatever you want.
I mean, it was weird. Well, yeah, like, of course you're
I just like
from
to
where
make
you.
Morton nervous.
Did you say that out loud in this moment?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not helpful when we've been constantly in peril.
I mean, I think.
Why
I mean,
would
once
you want to make me nervous?
Well, sometimes you just gotta have a little fun, and that's fun.
Jesus, Flint. Please.
You
The
all
oatmeal you
really,
gave him.
Sorry,
You
coffee
guys-
goes right through me.
for an adventuring
Yeah.
party, you all are very suspicious of one another. I just want to.
Who are you? Oh,
I forgot you were here, man.
Every time I've spoken since I've been with all of you, Flint has that reaction, and I just want to say that I've been with you for over a week now. And
Well,
I just would
maybe he's just
appreciate it.
Yeah.
having fun.
I lean over to you.
Wow.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
who is that guy?
Is this
That's
part of
Ron.
the? Is this part of the curse?
Oh,
What's my name?
oh, how careless of me!
Oh,
Oh yeah. Did you lose memories with your years?
No, I remember everything.
what's your son's
Insight
name?
check.
My son's name is obviously
Oh no!
Shale.
yes. Wow, you know my son's name.
I pay attention.
Wow, thank you.
In case he needs a new mom, just let me know.
Oh, wow.
Whoa! Hey!
I mean,
I mean,
I'm sorry, I'm very stressed.
Why are you
I
stressed?
mean-
See, now we're back to it. Why are we stressed? It's that stress started when you mentioned tear rat.
Well, this war just gets to me.
I mean,
Is
you just
anyone
said
here
we're
from
not.
Tear Rat?
No.
I mean, I think we've all, well, once the truth was out for some, have all said where we're from.
Yeah, Bayhoff.
South of
Barrington.
Bayhoff. And, like
Bayhoff?
Poland.
Hey,
Lots of Bayhoff. Wow, yeah. So,
Flint,
I mean,
you're obviously not from Gorahol.
Technically, I mean, you're not from Bayhoff, but you are technically from the Bahothian Empire. Chad, Folland is a part of the Bahothian Empire.
right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just say
yeah.
around Folland.
Yeah.
You're from Folland?
Around there. It's like a tiny place. Probably haven't
Mm.
actually heard of it. So
No, yeah.
I just say Folland is like a catch-all, but I'm not actually from Folland, you know?
Can I mention the like halfway house or whatever that my uncle runs? Be like, have you ever heard of the whatever? I don't know the name, but
Yeah. You
you don't have to know the name of it either. But
yeah, I'm not
It's a
gonna lie, I didn't come up with the name of it, but
Halfway House.
but Chad, you 100% have heard of the name of this place. This is a halfway house that is in Folland, that is run by. You never knew his name, but you'd seen him around, just like a really kind of jolly looking halfling man, who would help people in need, mostly youths who like would leave orphanages or like leave the system and like still not really have anybody. Yeah, you for sure would know that place, especially like so many people you fought came from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, your uncle runs that place? That's great.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a great
yeah.
place. I know a lot of people that utilized it, and it's
I mean, Silver Steps aren't all
Wow.
terrible people.
It's a shame that most
Yes,
just got
most.
into the family business.
Yeah. Same for the Genorans.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
it fucking
family-
sucks.
Devoir.
Like
What?
fun.
G'day.
Ah,
Bless
Devoir.
you?
That's my last name. It's just we're saying people's last names.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
What does your family do?
They're just farmers
from where?
from that plane of existence. The
Oh, right. Where your little
yeah.
machine things come from.
Cuckoo clockwork.
yeah, well, I don't know if my parents are from there. I my parents who raised me were farmers, but my real parents, I think, are from that plane. Yeah.
Oh.
What do you farm? Like food or like bolts?
So
Feed.
you were adopted too?
We were they were corn farmers, but it wasn't like for
Okay.
Oh,
people
corn.
consumption. It was for like livestock and stuff.
That's the big
Cool.
lump with knobs. right?
Yeah,
That's
that's the
important.
juice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the juice.
I guess we
Enough
should
of that.
ask if we haven't. Are your people from that plane? 'Cause since we all have some issues with people coming after us, and some of us, the three of us, and I look at May and Cuinn and myself. Our parents aren't the best. Are any of them coming after you?
Oh, I wish. I've been looking for anybody else from there.
Oh no, this just got wildly depressing.
Do you need?
Yeah, all right.
Well, here it comes.
I won't ask.
I'm having
No.
trouble.
No,
placing
please,
you.
Rosie.
No.
You're having problem trusting me? Is that
No.
because you're a dwarf and I'm a half orc? Because that's
No,
not cool, man.
No, what? No, I love half orcs. I'm just saying.
Oh, all right,
We'll
cool.
have to prove.
Do you
it.
have a lot of half-orc friends?
Yes.
What
there
do I
are
need to
some
do,
half-orcs.
Flint? I fought hags with you. I fought vampires with you. What do you need?
Yeah.
Just give me a handshake.
All right. And he
Squeeze
he
the
gives you
soul.
a nice, firm handshake. It's nowhere near what Britt could give you.
I just let go and I stare off into the middle.
Thinking of
God.
Brick's firm handshake, firm underground dweling. I mean, just
Weird.
no one knows how to shake hands like people from the underground.
It's-
Come on.
It's so weird that Flint is racist in this direction. It's such a weird way.
You can be anybody as long as you were born underground.
Yeah.
Also, once again, Flint, not born underground.
Yeah.
Fully lives in the Gorehold is in the mountains. It is on the surfaces. Just worked underground, but that's
You're
for him to
Classic.
deal
I'm
with.
from the South, but you live in Michigan.
While all this is
CC
going on,
everyone in Indiana. Sorry, go ahead.
while all this is going on, I want to climb back on top of the wagon and see if they're still like headed in the same direction. Or
Yeah, Kat kept the caravan going while y'all were talking, and
good.
at this point, I
Thank
mean,
God.
you're kind of like perpendicular. They do not seem to be paying any attention to you. It seems like you are crossing paths.
okay, can I like sit on top of the wagon for a little bit and just like keep an eye on them as we travel?
Of course, yeah. As you all continue to travel, the soldiers are, once they're out of eyesight, they're not seen of again. You continue your multiple day travel. Since Stillshire, you have now traveled 6 full days. So mark off 6 more days of rations. So for those who got 14,
rations.
you're going to be down to 3.
What is the date? Can you tell me the date?
Yes, the date is 11 days after whatever it says on the calendar. So that is
Okay,
going to be. Sorry, just give me a second. Let me find it.
The date.
How that ready.
Red Dead.
11 days. I bet. Ooh, I'm gonna guess. It is gonna be. Let's see if I've been doing my job that I
should
gave
be.
myself.
I think that I updated this. Yeah.
The last time it was the 25th of Hellman
Mm-hmm.
on this 12th session, and it's now the 15th session.
It was
so-
I think it was the 6th because it had been the next, or maybe I just marked it. But from my records, it should be the 9th of Ilmatum.
Night of Ilmartin.
Ilmatum, sorry.
No.
Bottom.
Of
Can
Il-
I
Like autumn.
Can I say during these days of travel that I've spent some time in the evenings just like scavenging with Batty and putting together some more rations, or even just like replacing some?
Of course, yeah. Go ahead and roll a nature check or survival check at advantage.
I also have extras, so everybody's
If
getting
they're
low.
bugs.
No, I got regular ones. Clint has
Oh.
almost eaten through my bug ones.
18. With you and Batty's help, I would say you're able to find a ration a day. So enough food to feed you, and enough food to feed you and Batty for that day. So if you bought any rations, those are currently would all be extra right now.
Okay,
I'll just go hungry, mate. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me.
You have rations, do you not?
I mean, I like fresh food. It's fine, May.
You can come with us.
The badge, it's fine.
You can come
out
with
there?
us.
Out there.
Out there.
Away from this warm fire.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was about to say something for you, but you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say also during traveling, I'd probably be talking to you about smithing just to get more
Yeah.
knowledge about that. And then
sure.
also, since it's a newer language that I remembered and I'm trying to pull back because I added of the feet.
Yeah.
If I already forget his name, I'm sorry.
Gron.
Gron.
Thank you, Gron.
Yeah.
If he
Gron
speaks
Devoir.
Orcish, if he
He
speaks
does.
Orc, then I
Yes.
would just be practicing that with him of like,
Oh, for sure.
you know.
Honestly, he's very thankful. No one really pays attention to him, so he very much enjoys the sessions where you guys
Perfect.
just kind of practice. He playfully ribs you in your lack of remembering at certain
Oh, yeah.
times, but you kind of connect, and you connect about how there's a lot of half orc fighters from where you're from, and so yeah. Morton, go ahead.
In addition, because that just reminded me that I also know Orcish.
Oh.
I would definitely join
Oh, right.
in
Yeah, I forgot.
a couple of conversations for fun
sure.
during that time. And definitely was just like, I can't believe you asked me and not that you asked this orc and not me. So what? He's your primary source. Definitely in jest.
Of course, yeah.
But I'd also be reading. Now that I've pulled out the spell book and remembered that it was oh yeah, there's information here. I would have just kept reading through the spell book in this time just to just to learn more about types of magic and stuff. Not necessarily because I can't learn more spells from that, but learning more about the different schools of magic and all that stuff, and continue my own little education.
Basically continue the education that you left. Okay, cool. You.
Yeah, just helping Chad learn some smithing between the two of us.
Of course.
While that's happening, you is like not so subtly measuring Chad's arm and then like drawing out like just fantastical specs for like what
Yes.
like the magic version of a robot arm would look like.
Fantastic.
I love it.
Speaking of, that's a great segue into Chad. I need you to make 3 d20 rolls for me.
3 of them. Do I trust my royalty dice? Should I?
3 days later, you wake up to a
Yeah.
dragonborn.
A 12?
Okay.
No, it's got a 13.
Okay.
That's all I have. And a 14. That was weird.
Okay. That is weird. They have just been slowly growing, so there's probably 2 more inches on either side. But other than that, there's not been any like big growth spurts like there was 6 days ago.
Is it still above my hand?
Yes,
Like,
it's now.
okay.
It's like right above your wrist to like right before your shoulder,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah. When it gets to my hand, I'd be extra like, I need that.
Yeah, for sure.
Does it hurt? Like if I were to like give you a dead arm or something, like does it hurt, or does it provide
Yeah.
any like additional protection?
Additional protection, I don't know, but like I can poke it and feel it, and if I pick at it, it feels like just my skin, I don't know, punch
Can
me.
I was gonna say, can I try and hit you and see if
Do
that's anything? Great. I wheel back and do a punch.
And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me,
Me or Chad?
Morton.
Uh-oh. The thing I'm
God.
notoriously good at.
Whoa.
Oh no, what does this mean?
14.
Okay. Doesn't offer any other protection.
Feels like normal skin, I guess.
Huh, yeah. I mean, it
It's
doesn't-
kind of a bummer. I thought scales would, be a
Why
little
are
bit-
you hitting each other? Stop
It was,
hitting each other.
it was consensual.
It was.
Consensual.
We were
I
taking
don't
a
care
look at the
what
scale.
it was. Don't
Rosie.
hit each other.
Rosie,
You should try piercing damage.
I'm not gonna stab
Oh,
Chad.
stop.
I could hit you with my.
And I
club
lean
staff.
over and go, well, not in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Chad just
Here's the
cackles.
thing. I don't want any of you to hit each other, even if you like it. Stop it.
Oh, hey, sorry
That's-
to interrupt.
Yes, Chad. Please
Very,
interrupt.
I love hearing you all talk. But we're here, and you look and you see the massive town of Hydre. It is probably half the size of Barrington, so it's not, massive, but it's quite a large town. You all have been here before. This is where the caravan first gathered together to head to Barrington. But the city looks much different from the last time that you saw it. As you are walking forward, first of all, you hear a crack of thunder as it slowly begins to rain. And as it does rain, you hear kind of the sound of metal clanking onto metal, the shouts of a lot of voices. As you approach the town of Hydre, the thing that is very much sticking out to you is the legion of Bahathian soldiers that are stationed outside of this town. You currently see tons of tents and temporary wooden palisades that have been stationed outside of this town. At a brief glance, you're guessing this is 1,000 to 1,500 soldiers that are stationed outside of this town. The words echo in your mind of the Bahathian soldiers or former soldiers that you came across over a week ago. This Cold War has definitely suddenly become quite hot. And you see these soldiers stationed. Immediately you put 2 and 2 together that the group of scouts must have come from this legion of soldiers and are currently scouting towards the kingdom of Tirat. The town is bustling with movement. A lot of the soldiers are practicing drills, sharpening their weapons, doing some maintenance. But as you start to head into the main part of town, you see a ton of people that are a ton of soldiers that are like just making themselves at home in this town and partaking in the libations. This town is just, the population has exploded with the addition of these soldiers. You see a mix of reactions from people in this town. Some seem to be very much enjoying the fact that the soldiers are here, some to be a little put out by the fact that the soldiers are here. But the town of Hydre has changed quite a bit since you last saw it. And as you continue to approach, there are guards that have been... There's always been Bahathian guards in Hydre, as Hydre is a part of the Bahathian Empire. But obviously, that's like in not wartime, there's about 50 maybe Bahathian guards in this entire town. So this is quite a few more. You are not stopped when entering the town. You can see that there are guards like on station watching people come in and out. You think that, you're clearly a caravan, and like Cad's caravans, like the Patchwork caravans are like, they work out of Hydre. They're a well-known company. So like, you're not stopped by anybody. You're not approached by anybody. You are allowed to enter the town. You don't give off the vibe of like soldiers, obviously. Chad, you are getting a lot of looks from the Bahathian soldiers. None of them do anything, but they are currently at war with a mainly elvish kingdom. And that just puts, more attention onto those pointy ears of yours. Mm-hmm. And you are in the town of Hydre. It is early evening. The sun is just now setting in the night sky. You have a large town of whatever you want to do. You are definitely going to want to resupply for the continuation of the journey. Cad says that he wants to give the Rhindaras a break, so he wants to stay here for at least one night. What do you do? You enter the town. The evening is yours.
Fucking imperialists. If I can go and... I would like to sell my rapier, my old one, because I quite like this new one, but I'd like to sell my old one. Does anybody want to go with me to like the markets or anything?
Yeah, I need to go to a gift shop.
Yeah. Can I disguise self to get rid of the Silver Step logo from my cloak of protection and just make it look like a normal kind of ratty, dirty cloak?
Yep, totally. Easily enough. So yeah, you know of multiple establishments here in Hydre. There are plenty of places to go. You know of, as far as like a place to sell your weapon, the Smelt Belt is the local blacksmith here. So you definitely know that you could sell it there. You know of and then in the market, well, first of all, Cad takes you to the stables, where you drop off the Rydara.
Reliable.
And the stables are kind of just outside of the marketplace. In the general market, you see tons of soldiers, tons of people. All of the businesses seem to be having a lot of business. You see the Smelt Belt. You see another kind of smithing place called Rings True, that you're not quite sure of what goes on there. It doesn't seem to be like a flat out blacksmith, but it is like a smithing place. You see a bookstore called the Paper Trail, a alchemist and kind of like doctor place basically called Hydrate Healings. There's a magic shop called the Elder Scroll.
Are we sponsored?
A tailor shop, a clothing shop called Totally Thread. And then you also see on opposite sides of the market, you see two different places that you would be able to stay this evening. One is the Cunning Pig, and one is the Bounding Goat Inn. And you see this market is bustling with people. All the shops are open. So Morton or Rosie, sorry, yeah, you had your hand up. What did you want?
Just two things really quick. One for you. Is there a temple?
There is definitely a temple to Dune here.
Okay.
Yes.
I would want to stop there alone.
Okay.
Did you split up that gold, Rosie?
It was platinum.
If we're going to be going shopping.
That would be,
Thank you, May.
That would be great. That would be very helpful.
Yeah,
So we
Yeah,
can get
I did
things
it on the third day that we were trying.
Oh yeah.
God damn it, Eric! God damn it!
Gotta wake up pretty early to sneak some gold past Cuinn.
I will put I'll take a platinum out of the bag of holding, and I'll put it in Quinn's palm, and I'll look at him, and I'll say, this is a really full place of Bahafian soldiers, and it would be really nice if you would just, keep your mouth shut and keep your tempo low, and maybe you'll see the rest of it if we can make it through this trip. And I'll turn around.
I would like mine, please.
Yeah, this is only one platinum.
I said what I said. I'll hand everybody one platinum.
I do look at Cuinn after she says that and just go,
take it to a bank.
Honestly, that was kind of hot, but yeah. Where do we get? What was it? 50 platinum? Did we have?
We got 50 platinum.
50. So whoever's going to the market just got one. So that's what, 47. Is anybody else going to the market?
50 platinum, 10 gold.
Seems like everybody's going to the market, but maybe just in different places.
It's 10 gold, right, per platinum?
10 gold per platinum, yeah.
I mean, Rosie, what am I going to get? We were 10 gold.
Rosie don't give a fuck.
Sorry, hang on. I'm doing math. So I gave everybody one platinum.
That's what you said? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, does that include Gron?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a part of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That would be a total of
7, 8.
I think we're owed about 6.25 platinum each. My numbers are right.
I'm sorry, 0.25. How do you do a 0.25 of a platinum?
Hang on.
2 gold, 5 silver.
And 5 silver. Come on, man.
Listen, I was never the best at math. I was good at other things.
Okay. I'll turn back around.
Yes.
When?
Yeah, what's up, Rosie?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. There's your 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll go to May.
We're
and
all
I'll go
lined
to...
up like
Do you give them the 0.25?
No.
Okay. So all of you get 6 platinum.
Fine.
From the fund.
That's on PP.
Which is a total of 60 gold.
That's PP in the.
And that means
that's PP.
So then
25 gold's nothing to 20 gold's nothing to sneeze at, Rosie.
Well, but we need a group fund of some sort, right?
So that means that I have 8 platinum left in my stash because
8 times 6 is 48.
48. And then
So
we
you
have
have-
50. So I have
you have
my
2
share,
platinum.
which is 6.
Oh yes.
Plus
the
2
2
more.
bonus.
So I have the 8 platinum.
Yep,
Yeah, but as long as that group fund doesn't get spent with, I'm fine.
Rosie
with it
will
if you
spend
wanna
the
hold
group
on to it.
fund.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like out of everybody, Rosie.
I feel like she is.
No?
Can I get an insight check on Rosie?
I was gonna.
Sure, yeah. Rosie, make a persuasion or deception check. You don't have to tell us which. And you make an insight check.
But if it is
11.
deception,
An 11. What did you get, Rosie?
I got a 15.
Rosie will not spend that goal without you knowing.
Come on, Cuinn.
Come on, Cuinn.
Think better of me than that.
You
It's
might,
Rosie.
if anything, because the roles are kind of close, you think that maybe she's just messing with you, like she said she was messing with Morton.
Alright.
It's no way to know.
Alright, Rosie.
Dude,
All right, I'm
spoke to me
gonna
on the
go
loose
get some
cannon.
shopping done while you guys are talking.
All right, so Morton was the first one to say that he wanted to go do something. So Morton, you head to the belt smelt, or the smelt belt.
Smelt belt.
Belt belt.
Who else is going to the smelt belt? Well, whoever else goes. You decide if you want to. As you approach the smelt belt, you walk inside, and you see a dwarven woman with red hair, kind of a little bit short, put into like a very small pony at the back, who is currently sharpening a sword. And as you walk in, she looks at you and she says, "Hey, hi, nice to see ya. Welcome to the Smelt Belt."
happy to be here. I've got a question for you. Do you take used arms? Do you sell used arms?
Yeah, I'll take, even if it's just for the metal, depending on the condition that it is, I will definitely buy used arms, yeah.
Well, that might be a good thing because I've got two favors to ask. I'll start with the first here.
All right.
And I pull out the not Navarro's rapier. I pull out my other rapier, which I believe that Morton would have kept in like fine condition. If there's like nicks and stuff on it from battle, like
Yeah, I mean it's been used, but yeah.
We got this rapier here, very nice condition, very well made. I do the little stupid fucking thing that people who like own a car but like aren't car guys but like pretend to be car guys do.
Yeah.
Like it's nicely balanced right there. What do you think?
All right, I could give you I can give you about 15 gold for that.
Surely you can do 20. I could get 25 for this in Bayhawk.
Yeah, you can get 25 if it was new. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
This is something I might be good at. For once.
Yeah.
He said lyingly. That's a 17.
17. I mean, if it were new, listen, I'll go up to 18. You've kept pretty good care of it. I'll give you 18 gold for it.
All right, seems fair. And I go and shake the hand.
Yep. And she says, I can get that for you now, or you said you had a second favor. Maybe it'll even out.
Yeah, I don't know if I assume that this is the best place for it. I saw what was it, Ring True over there, but this seems
Ring True. Oh no, he's a nice guy, but he's more of like a jeweler.
Yeah, no,
I'm the one that deals with weapons and armor.
Yeah, I figured as much. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Seemed like the best option.
Of course, I trained in Gora Hold, so.
Were you really? I know someone from Gora Hold.
Really?
Do you know a Flint boulder bender?
The surname sounds familiar, but nothing's really coming to. Yeah.
How do you know the surname? It seems is that a common surname or no?
I don't know. I think I've heard the surname before. That's
Gotcha. Yeah. Well,
I'll tell them that Lila Sergey is here in Gora Hold if they want a little taste of home.
Lila Sergey. I certainly will. I'll have to see if I can get a hold of him. Yes. Could you potentially sharpen these 3 weapons? 2 of them are very normal, and I pull out my 2 daggers.
Okay.
And I set them down. I go, these are normal, but this one is more of a relic or an antique. And I pull out Navarro's rapier, and I more gingerly set that down. Is there anything you could do with any of these to hone them, sharpen them a little bit?
This is beautifully made. I mean, Well, where'd you get this?
I used to be an archaeologist. I found that, and it's just a nice. I delved into a dungeon, as it were, and this was one of the spoils.
Yeah, it looks like it hasn't seen much battle. So, and you know that like because of its magic capabilities, it is like it does not nick and like break and stuff. And she kind of looks at it and she's like, "Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do with this beauty. I mean, this thing is as good as it can get. I can sharpen up the daggers for you.
Yeah,
but I'll just throw that in. I don't mind
sure.
giving you a quick just leave them here for I don't know 30 minutes. I can probably get them sharpened for you.
Oh, lovely. I do have some other shopping I'd like to do, but that would be perfect. I appreciate you. Lila, yes?
Yep, Lila Sergey.
God, wonderful. What a lovely name.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I've got some friends in town. Maybe I can let them know that you've got some good services going on here.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I shake her hand again.
Yep.
And give a non-creepy, but like still like a little bit of a wink, and I turn around and leave.
Yeah, she just smiles and nods and then turns back and gets to work. All right. Where does everybody? Is anybody else? Rosie, you wanted to go to the temple. Do you do anything in the market first, or do you just kind of head straight to the temple?
Just for my family, I would stop wherever I could pick up a few more rations.
Okay, yeah, easily enough. Those are definitely something that you can buy. I would say you can get, how many rations are you looking to get?
Probably 14.
Probably another 14?
Yeah.
So 2 gold?
2 gold. Boop. Get out of there.
I would 2 gold for rations.
Yep, if you want, basically a gold per 7 days.
Okay.
So 14 if you want to, you can get as many as you want.
As many rations. Okay. And then I would probably just before I pop out of the group, just let you know I'm gonna stop by the temple real quick just to meditate a little bit. So don't worry too much about me. I'll meet up with y'all later.
Do you want me to go? You want me to go with you?
No, you don't have to if you don't want to. No, you can. They might need you. It's a little even-headedness,
No, I mean, I want to go. I should check in with Dune too. So.
Okay, yeah. If
you can go,
I'll leave it up to you.
We can be in different spots, but like, yeah.
We'll sit in different pews.
All right, so you both make your way to the Hydre Temple of Dune. It is, as always, open to the public. As a matter of fact, it probably has more traffic now than it normally would, as there are a good group of soldiers that are in here, some devout followers of Dune that are praying for upcoming events and just the protection of their brethren. You are greeted in the robes of kind of that like deep yellow, almost tan color robes. On the chest, a bright symbol of Dune by a man with a kind of a long pointed nose, white long hair, very thick hair, and he kind of approaches you and he says, "Dune be praised. Hello, good evening."
Dune be praised. Hello, brother of the sun.
Yes, of course. Are you with the Bahathian Legion that is here? I'm pretty good at faces. I don't know if I've ever seen you at our temple before.
Oh no, I am from Barrington. I am one of the deacons of Barrington.
Rosie Pentwee.
Hello, have we met?
Hello, yes, we did very briefly. Oh gosh, this would have been, I think, maybe 10 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
You were here doing Dune's work. Of
sounds
course.
like me.
Yes. Yes, you were here and because you were headed to Bayoth, I think, is what your plan was.
This is the favorite stop between between
course.
Barrington and Bayhawk. I do love
Yes.
to stop here as often as I can. You know, I think I would have lived here if Barrington wasn't calling.
Well, I mean, Barrington is a wonderful place to live, and as of right now, Barrington is not accursed with the plague of war. So
I did see. I did
envy you in
notice.
that way. Yes.
Is everything going all right? Oh, this is. Sorry. This is. Are we together still? Are we?
Yeah.
Or did you peel off?
Hi,
Hi, this is you. This is my child, you.
You Pintweed.
He shakes your hand. He kind of looks at you. We're
back.
Welcome back. He kind of looks at you and looks longer, and kind of like squints his eyes and tilts his head, not in a incredulous way, in more of an inquisitive way. I feel Dune's presence on you, young one. You both, of course, your mother being who she is, that doesn't surprise me. Please welcome. I'm sure you're here to pay homage. So we are blessed to have you here. I've been asking new patrons as they come in if you would not mind just throwing up a prayer for the protection of Hydre and its people. War is an inevitability in the world that we live in, and that is very unfortunate, but that does not mean that the citizens should have to pay the price. Here's hoping.
Absolutely. And while you're here, I would love to take a little bit of weight off your shoulders and add a little bit of weight to your coin purse. And I'll take the 2 platinum.
My.
That was the accumulation of the 25 cents between, or the 0.25 of everything, and just hand it to him.
Miss Pintwe, I cannot thank you enough for this very kind donation.
I would love you to put it in the name of Cuinn. That's spelled, oh gosh, how is it spelled? Cuinn.
Cuinn. Okay, of course. A last name or just?
Boulder Bender.
Oh, okay. All right. I feel like I've heard that last name before. All right. Yes, of course. Then please send my regards to this Cuinn.
Oh yeah, very amazing, very philanthropic individual.
Oh,
loves the church, loves Dune, prays every morning, every night.
Amazing. That's so wonderful to hear.
I appreciate that 2 of us have now given money for Cuinn to be a church under his name.
History will know Cuinn as a philanthropic.
Specifically out of spite.
Yes, I knew he's going to get to write off a bunch on his taxes.
Exactly. You guys are falling into the long game. Quinn's most devious plan yet.
Quinn's long con of tax evasion.
One of them was Alexander Nightshade. I think the other one was Cuinn.
Yeah. Cuinn Boulderbender. I would like to inquire to this deacon if they have any sort of library or like book arrangements that I could peruse.
Of course, yes, you can do. You can if you're looking for literature on Dune, this is definitely the place to look, and you can look into our nook. If you're looking for literature elsewise, then we do have a nice bookstore in the town. What did I call that?
The Paper Trail.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would love to take a peek while I'm here.
Of course. Yes.
And that would be where I'm going.
Okay. Yeah. So he kind of takes you into the main sanctuary, set up very much like the classic, like Catholic interior, large Gothic design church with just like grand hall, ornate stained glass, length of pews, upwards to an altar with a giant stained glass sun in the back of the temple.
I'm like tearing up. Like
and he takes you off to the side to basically like a little breakfast nook kind of area that has shelving of books there. Do you just kind of like find a place in a pew by yourself?
I would go and like keep an eye on Rosie, do some prayers of my own. Look and see if she needs help with anything, like leading a prayer or anything like that. And then I am gonna go try and find the paper trail after that.
Okay. All right. Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll go with you to the paper trail if I don't find what I'm looking for. Here.
So yeah, what are you looking for in this little collection of books here?
I would love to see if I can find any literature having to do with anything about the returning, and if in the returning there is the words seer, chosen, temporal night.
Yes.
Any of the words that Quiz called us. In relation to.
Yeah. Here at the Temple of Dune, you do find like mentions of the returning, but even Rosie would know this, like the returning was a prophecy that was shunned by the church and purposely kind of buried. And so any mention of the returning in the literature that you see is a condemning of that philosophy and a statement of like it's infactual and not something to be pursued really. So you don't really find what you're looking for on the returning.
Okay.
You would think that the paper trail would probably be the better place for you to look.
Okay.
But both of you having taken the time to kind of like pay homage to Dune and like take time out of your day to like specifically visit his holy site. If you do not have DM inspiration, you do now. As just Dune's thanks for, sticking with him. What?
On D&D Beyond, the inspiration is the symbol of Dune.
I know. Without the pyramid, but yeah.
Yeah. But the sun, like the sun.
The half sun.
Okay.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Hi. Someone noticed. That's cool. Okay, so you continue to head to the paper trail after leaving.
And I would fill you in on kind of after, especially after all of this, like once I don't find anything in the library, as we're walking, I'll let them know that I'm really caught up in this accusation from Quiz, and especially with everything that's been going on, maybe if they want to help in trying to find answers to this, I would love to work together.
Yeah, Mom, that's really smart. We should look into that.
Well, if I'm going to be the seer of the chosen, then I better do my research, I
love it. So as you head back to the market, what have the Silverstep twins been up to?
I want to go to the magic shop.
Okay.
Also go to the magic shop, though. I do want to mail a letter, but other than that, I'll just be following May around. Okay,
cool. So you head on over to the Elder Scroll. As you make your way there, anybody else would just like, for brevity's sake and for time's sake, anybody else who would have spent time at the Elder Scroll, we can say that you all have met up here at the same time. As you walk into the building, you see from the outside, it just kind of looks like a one-story shack almost. It's like very much a hole in the wall. As you walk in, the walls on the side of the building extend upwards of about like 100 feet, and are just like filled with shelves that have knickknacks and all different kinds of spell scrolls and items, and behind, and it's just a one room. It is a probably 15 by 15 foot square room, with these walls that just are like ever continuous. It's like you're in a square Pringle can. And at the back of the room is a desk. And there you see a very old woman. She has gray, wispy hair that is falling down at her side, very ornate, deep green robes, but that you can barely see because there's a big, thick wool blanket kind of put over her. Very kind eyes, but she's just kind of currently looking off in the distance. And from the chest of this woman, you see an ethereal trail of energy that is kind of trailing upwards to what you see is the vision of this same woman. You can tell from the look in her face that it is the same woman. She looks much younger. She has long, curly, full body blonde hair that falls over her body. Those deep green robes. She has color to her. She looks like she's there, but there's a slight glow to her, and everything from the waist down, almost like a genie, is like this ethereal trail that then goes into the chest of this woman. And you see her kind of like the ghostly glowing image of her, like putting a book back on the shelf. Oh, hello! Hi! And she kind of like floats down. Oh, it's so good to have new customers. Oh, so many new people have been coming here with all the soldiers and everything. Oh, wow. It's so nice to meet you. My name is Kay Xerxina. I love having new people here. Please welcome. It's so good to have you. What can I do for you?
Well, I think we're just looking, but I don't know. Do you have anything that could make me look different than I look?
Ooh, okay. Are you looking for something that is a permanent deal?
No.
Are you looking for, okay. So you're looking for like kind of maybe, let me see. And she flies upward at an extremely fast speed. That trail from the old woman behind the desk just continues and stretches upward. And you see her about 50 feet up in the air, and you can barely hear her as she's like, okay, oh my, no, not that. And she's like throwing items off the shelves that are then just sitting there and floating. And when she moves to another shelf, they come back to their rightful place as she's just like kind of looking through. And she comes down and she brings down 3 different hats. And she says, these are all different hats of disguise. And they just come in different styles. I mean, I know that you can kind of change the look of the hat with the hat, but, you know, I like to offer a variety. So do any of these interest you? You see like a nice, like pink, almost like beanie hat. That is sitting there. You see a top hat with a feather coming out of it. And then you see kind of like a cab driver, like flat brimmed, like a cap as well.
Well, are there any price tags on any of them?
You don't see any price tags.
Like how much would one of these cost?
These all cost the same amount. These are all going to cost 2,000 gold.
Oh, cool.
Cuinn, you're muted if you said something.
That's a little steep.
Well, I mean, not, if you're the only magic shop in a large town.
How much was my hat of disguise, or did I steal it? I don't even remember how I got it.
Up to you. I'll let you say whichever one. You would
I definitely wouldn't have
know.
bought it. Yeah.
Yeah, you would know that a hat of disguise is around $1,500 to $2,000, or 15 to 2,000 gold. 1,500
Yeah, that's
to 2,000 gold.
Very steep, outrageous price.
Okay. Do you have anything different?
If you're wanting to change your look, I have a potion that can change the color of your hair at a whim. I have a ring that can change the color of your nails whenever you want. That's really all I can think of off the top of my head.
How much is that ring?
The ring, 50 gold.
Okay, interesting.
You,
Crazy high.
yeah. I don't know, Quinn. You see where I was going with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
What about just like do you have like a really good like disguise kit?
Ooh,
Like something like
yes, I definitely can get you a disguise kit. And she kind of flies further up, kind of in the direction where she was earlier, and then comes back down.
When she flies up, I just look at May. She's like, I have like 2 disguise kits.
But I said a really good one.
Whoa, all right, fine. All right, see what she has.
She comes down with like basically what looks like a leather like doctor briefcase from like making a house call as she like buckles it open and you look inside.
Is that the Johnson and Johnson disguise kit?
Yes, this is the Johnson and Johnson disguise kit. It's the Alpha. This is actually the first generation Johnson and Johnson disguise kit. And you look in.
Johnson knows everything these days.
Hi! Oh my
hey.
God! I'm so sorry I didn't notice you there. Oh, it's so good to see a new face. Hi. Yes, Johnson and Johnson do make very good disguise kits. I can part with this one for about 20 gold. And you look inside and you don't see anything inside the bag. But she's like, like if you want, and she reaches in and she pulls out like a rouge blush. She's like it has everything that you want, like from just like general makeup. She reaches back in, she pulls out like a burlap sack ski mask. She's like, and also, just really like all kinds of stuff. It has all kinds of stuff. She reaches in and pulls out like this like putty that is like a part of the disguise kit. You have this, you can have all kinds of stuff.
When is that better than yours?
Is it
seems like
better than mine?
You do have the Johnson and Johnson beta. So depending on the reviews that you read, some people say that the first generation is better. But what comes with the beta is a smaller bag that can still offer most of the same stuff. However, they did get rid of the putty in the beta version.
Some people like the little bit more compact version that I have, a little more lightweight, streamlined. Who uses putty anymore?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the spells are for.
So, I think we're good.
Okay, wonderful. It was so good to see your face. Thank you for
coming in. Do you have any healing potions?
That's a good idea.
I definitely have some healing potions for you. Are you looking for regular, greater, or superior?
I mean, what do you sell them for at these outrageous prices we've heard so far?
You know what? You think you're insulting me, but I make a wonderful killing here.
I'm sure you do.
Okay, so 50 gold for regular healing potions. Then we got 500 for greater, and for superior, 1,000.
What about 75 for 2 regular? That seems reasonable buying in bulk.
That feels reasonable to me.
75 for 2 regular healing potions?
Yeah, that's.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I don't know these two.
Come on, 24.
You know what? Because you've been so sweet to me today and haven't insulted me on the prices that I choose for my items, I will go ahead and give you 75 gold for 2 healing potions.
Great. I'll give one to May.
Oh, no, I thought you were giving me the 2 healing potions and I was giving you 75 gold.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, well then no, it's going to be 50 gold per healing potion. I'm so sorry.
Do you know you might not have this, but do you know anywhere that would just sell like a good like a cloak with a hood? Just like a.
Oh, of course, you can go to Totally Thread. They're a wonderful young couple.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Of course, yes. Please come back anytime. Now, you handsome young fella, what can I do for you?
I walk past like the genie and I walk up to the old woman. Hey there.
She kind of like sweeps back. Hi, I'm right here.
Is this you two a package deal?
Oh no, this is me.
Oh.
Yeah, I learned how to do this a long time ago. It keeps me young, because truly, any day now am I gonna die.
I just actually recently came into some advanced age too, so.
Oh, really? Well, I would advise you now to start learning how to separate your mind from your body so that your body can age and decrepit dust, but that your mind can stay as young and fresh as it ever was.
are you a genie?
Am I a genie?
I'm trying to come to some terms about myself in this moment.
Listen, I understand some of our prices make it seem like wishes come true, but I'm telling you, I'm just a regular old magical lady.
Oh, that's funny. I like
Oh.
You don't need
Oh my
to hide
gosh,
behind
thank
your
you.
projection, you know?
Oh, I'm not hiding. This is my preferred method of existence.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm just looking for like a tiny little keepsake or like a trinket that I can buy that maybe has like the crest of Hydre on it, or something.
Oh my gosh, yes, of course. Here, she pulls out just a bucket that has like these like wooden just crests of Hydre. Here, you know what? Take as many as you want. We give these to the kids that come in.
Oh, that's nice. Do you have any like personalized? Do you have names on them that I can?
Oh, are you looking for a certain name? I can carve a name in for it for you. 1 gold.
1 gold? That's
yes.
Steep.
Okay.
Outrageous.
You know what? Yeah. I'll do the engraving. No problem.
Okay, what's the name we're looking for and how do we spell it?
It's gonna be Shale, Shale.
Are you searching at C-H-A-L-E?
Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you.
Oh, okay, wonderful. And you see her snap her finger, and it just goes shale across the bottom of the crest. Here you go. 1 gold, please.
Okay, I can get gold. Thank you so much.
Of course, it falls through her. Thank you very much. I'll pick that up later.
Are you sure? Like, are you okay?
I'm 100% okay. Once again, this is my preferred method of existence.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Please tell your friends, tell the soldiers, come on in to the Elder Scroll. Much appreciated. Thank you. We're sponsored by Bethesda. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
I wish I knew Dispel Magic.
Okay, so you all leave the Elder Scroll. Chad, what have you been up to? We've not heard from Chad.
First, he'd like to go and check if he has any mail.
Okay, yeah, you go and you check to see at Hydre if you have any mail, and you do not have any mail.
Okay. Then he's not gonna spend too much time shopping. I just want to sell a dagger and 2 hand axes.
Okay, we will. We're gonna come back to that actually. So we will come back to you, Chad. Sorry, I know I just asked for your opinion, but we're there's something I need you to roll for. Morton, you have your hand raised.
I would have definitely gone to the alchemist store and Ring True.
Okay, yeah.
If anyone wants to also be in there by the time that I get there, I am going there.
The alchemist store is you walk inside and it is a small, quaint establishment that is currently run by an older man. Has kind of a long, crooked nose, long gray hair, and he kind of steps forward and he says, Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Grief Sealdor. What can I do for you?
Yes, I'm looking to start in some nice light potion making. For while I'm on the road. I do a lot of traveling, I don't have time to stop into towns all the time and spend an exuberant amount of money on, like healing potions, like spirit healing potions and all that,
Gotcha, understood.
You get treacherous out there. So I've got a couple of basics. I've got some acid in my little component pouch. I've got some poison in my component pouch that I picked up from my travels and all of that. Is there anything else you can provide for me so I can start, making my own potions while I'm on the road?
Sorry, hold on just a second.
I stumped you. You don't get people here who are very interested in potion making, it seems.
Well, I can give you. Sorry, hold on.
Right, love. I'll just take a look around while you're.
Yes, I have this. I have a healer's kit that I can give you. It allows you to create antitoxins and can even allow you to create a potion of healing.
That'd be nice. What would that set me back?
The healer's kit. This is going to cost you. Good question. I'm totally not just going to Google it right now and see what it says.
What's a Google?
Well, you wouldn't know. He has this will cost you about 10 gold pieces.
10 gold pieces for that.
And he kind of explains the process that would go into it. Basically, in order to craft a healing potion with a healer's kit, you need 10 days and it costs 25 gold. But usually regular healing potions cost 50 gold. So it does save you money and just takes some time and effort. And then an antitoxin is 5 days and it costs you 10 gold to create. And it will give the user resistance, basically, to poison damage.
Great.
But that's all I really have as far as like portable potion making.
That's all right. I'm very interested in those, and so I'd like to come back. What else do you have for sale? Do you have spell components or anything like that?
Yes, I can offer you some spell components for 5 gold. You can get just kind of a patch of normal kind of spell components. I also do offer healing potions, 40 gold for regular, 450 for greater, and 900 for superior. I also do offer other potions that range in a variety of prices. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Oh, just anything that has, helpful effect rather than, detrimental effect.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're all pretty helpful.
Can you name a couple of them that you have? I'm very curious.
There's a
Your
potion...
prices are much more reasonable, by the way.
Oh, Cuinn.
Hey, I'm Cuinn.
Oh, hi, Cuinn. Nice to meet you. I'm Grieve. I'm assuming you just came from the Elder Scroll.
Oh yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, she does a lot of good business, though, surprisingly. I think people are more interested in the gimmick. I'm just an old man here, and she is an astral projection of herself.
It's like Rainforest Cafe.
Good idea to stop in here, Cuinn.
And in the Elder Scroll, Kay, she's learned how to make an astral projection of herself come out of her chest in kind of like a genie-ish way.
Oh, do you know how to do that? Is that an easy spell?
I have no clue how to do that. No, I'm not much of a magic user myself.
I don't know how to do that either.
Hi, Flint. Nice to meet you. Hi, Nat. Yeah, your name's Flint, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Flint Boulderbender. Oh,
this person
wonderful.
Also in our party?
No, I'm just kidding. Your friend mentioned it earlier. I have a potion of climbing. It makes the just aspect of climbing a little bit easier. We've got some mountainous terrain near here. Obviously, the potions of healing, like I've said. There's a potion of water breathing that I have. A potion of animal friendship. A potion of... Now, the best one that I have here is a potion of cloud giant strength. Now, that's going to run you quite the buck, but make you very strong for a short period of time.
How much would that cost?
That's going to cost you 5,000 gold.
Outrageous.
I see. It's not outrageous. Good God.
You lost us a good deal doing this last time.
It's just a habit. Sorry.
Well, how about this? Why don't I would love to take the healer's kit, which the healer's kit and the antitoxin kit. Was that correct?
The same. It's one and the same. Yeah. And you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll throw that. I'll give that to you for 8 gold.
Oh, 8 gold. So that would be that'd be a 33 gold, 32 gold. Excuse me.
What else are you getting?
Those two? Huh?
What else are you getting?
The healer's kit.
It's just, the healer's kit's just 8 gold.
I'm drunk. It's fine.
But you can definitely, you can get the healer's kit.
Yeah, that would be great. And I was wondering, how much is that potion of climbing?
The potion of climbing is going to cost 200 gold.
I see. And you said the potion of healing was around 40?
But regular potion of healing around 40 gold.
Yeah, could we knock that down with this other purchase to 30?
Well, the total would be 48, or 50, and I already giving it to you for 48. I'd be willing to go down to about. I can do a total of 40.
What about the water breathing? How much was that one?
Potion of water breathing would be 100 gold.
100 gold.
Have I told you guys that I can breathe underwater?
What the? No, you haven't.
No.
Well, then that. I mean, I guess we don't need that then.
What about all three for 80? No. 75 out the door.
Potion of water breathing, healer's kit, and a regular healing potion?
I was going to say 2 health potions and then the healer's kit.
Oh, 2 health potions and a healer's kit for 80?
Is that what I said?
You think you said 75, Cuinn?
I said 75. I said 75. Well, remember?
Make a persuasion check at advantage. Morton's here haggling with you too.
Morton, do you want to make one? We'll both make one.
I can certainly make one if you'd like.
Yeah, both of you make persuasion
checks.
Go for
it. 11.
Don't worry, 25.
No,
25.
16.
Okay, 16, 25. I can do 75 gold for 2 healing potions and a healer's kit. Yeah. Just so you know, Morton / Evan, the healer's kit allows you to make a healing potion for 25 gold. Gotcha. So it would still cost you 25 gold every time you made the healing potion, but usually they cost around 50.
Gotcha.
Just to let you know, so it's costing you 10 to buy it now, but to make the potion, you would still need to give up 25 gold worth of materials.
Well, it'd be 8.
Yes, yeah, 8, yeah.
Gotcha. I'd also love the basic. Do you have like an advanced spell components bag? I was curious what that would entail if you had one.
I'm curious as to what that would entail as well.
Oh well, then I understand. I would love to take the basic spell components pouch just to have. I might do a little experimenting on the road and.
Yeah, 5 gold for that. That's totally done.
I'll throw that on top, so it makes it a nice even.
80 gold. I'll put down 70. And then you got the rest, Morton.
And I take out a platinum, one of the platinums that she gave, and just put it and slide it over. And I also pull out 2 additional gold. Hold on, let me subtract the platinum first. And then I pull out 2 additional gold, and I go, just because I think you're cute. And I slide that. No, please.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
May you have a healing potion.
Oh, thanks.
And then we don't have to RP it, or what are you looking for at Rings True?
I'm trying to see. I want to see what there is that I can afford, and I also want to see if they can, if it's at all possible for them to like smith out the curse that is clearly on this ring. That is
you would know that is not a possibility. That would require a magic user to be able to do that. If anybody in this town would be able to do that, that would be Elder Scroll. Rings True is truly just a jeweler. They have anything from, small little like gold hoop earrings that cost like 2 gold to, diamond necklace that costs like 1,000. What are you looking for?
I was just looking for like any gold ring that I could maybe. Hold on, I'm looking for spell components just to like have in my inventory. Is there not a spell component set? Nope.
It's called component pouch, I think.
I already have that, so that's fine. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was just trying to like stock up on that. Yeah, I was like looking for like a standard gold band because I might want to put like an enchantment once I learn how to not get hurt by healing. I might want to.
Yeah, you can find a gold band for 1 gold easily.
Yeah. Is there a particular precious metal that's better for being a conduit to magic?
Oh yes, adamantium is probably the most efficient metal for housing magical resources for sure.
Yeah, have you ever? I know it's exceedingly rare and quite expensive. Do you work with that at all?
I personally have never made any pieces with that metal. I know that Lila, she has over at the Smelt Belt. I know that she at least has 1 item made out of that metal. But a dagger, I think, is what it is.
Do you know how much that would run someone? Like, that's got to be super expensive.
Oh gosh, I actually I have no idea. I'm not really a dealer in tools of violence.
Fair enough. I give him 2 gold. Keep the change. I'll take a gold ring.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Oh, yeah. You're very appreciated.
Oh, well, thank you. Stop it.
Yes. I can't do it. And I walk out with a gold ring.
All right. Chad, you stop by the smelt belt. We don't have to RP it. A hand axe and 2 daggers? Yeah, she gives you 20 gold for all that.
Great.
I need you to make a perception check at advantage.
Nope.
To dreamy.
20 at advantage.
Chat about to fight.
What? I rolled 2 11s. That's weird. My rolls are weird today.
Yeah, those are weird rolls.
Still gets me a 15.
At a 15, you start to see a bunch of hustle and bustle heading like away from the market, and you see a lot of the soldiers heading that direction, a bit, especially like there's a big group of them that are heading there, that all seem to be like, there's an immediacy and an urgency about it, but in like an excited way. And you see like not only the soldiers, but some of the citizens of Hydre, like it seems to like, it is like the sun has like just gone down, and it seems like there's some kind of like event or something happening.
Yeah,
You look in the direction, at least I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would at least look
of
and
where
kinda,
these
like,
people
see
are
what
heading.
I can see. There's other shopping I want to do, but this intrigues me.
You see a little bit away from the market, you see a large flat building that is looks to be about 100 feet across, and there's a big arched sign in front of it. And you remember seeing this building when you first arrived, but you were here not long enough to really take advantage of it. You see it's the Hydre Fieldhouse and Fighting Pit.
Shopping can wait. I immediately go over there.
With a 15 perception check, as you're walking, you see a pair of soldiers who are like walking forward, and one of them says, "Oh, I can't believe it. They said if you can beat the current champion, the purse is up to 1,000 gold pieces."
Chad makes sure to like hustle in front of them. Not sure if they're gonna fight, but like to get his name in before they do.
You make your way to the Hydre Fieldhouse and Fighting Pit. Everybody else has kind of been done with the shopping. I would say everybody else kind of notices this commotion. It's up to you whether or not your character starts heading that way.
Did we get to go to the paper trail for?
Oh shoot! Yes, I'm so sorry.
We can do that later, or we just don't have to be whatever.
You did definitely get to go to the paper trail, and I'm assuming Rosie's still looking for the same information.
Yeah.
Was there something in particular that you were looking for book-wise?
I was looking for also some stuff into like. Artificing some things, some like, magic engineering.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, just like some pleasure reading in that same like vein of like fantasy novels that the Palladium Panopticon kind of like communicates through.
Yes, you find both of you find a few things.
Yep.
I need to find. You find here it is. You find the newest chapter in the story of Sir Thomas Blueheart, which is one of the characters that you has been following. And Sir Thomas Blueheart is also how Dune appeared to you in your dream under the visage of Sir Thomas Blueheart. So you find the newest novel in that, as far as like your fiction reading, or maybe nonfiction, who knows? You find a book that is called basically it's just you know what, fuck it, Artificing and Enchanting for Dummies. This book costs 5 gold pieces. But once read, and it'll take you a total of like we would need to like map it out in game. It's going to take you 10 days to read this book. 10 days at a pace of 2 hours of reading a day. So you can shorten that with, you know, more aspects, but it would give you advantage on checks that are involved with enchantment and artificing. Once you finish that book. So that's what you find. Rosie, you find a book on ancient prophecies that mentions the returning. You find a book called The Legend of Temporal Knights. You find another book. Sorry, hold on. I always have to find them in my my notes. You find another book called Those Who Walked Before. And in that book, there is a section on the word Vishar that you know that Morton was called. And you find all 3 of those books, and all 3 of those books would total you 3 gold.
I'll take them. Do you want me to buy your book too?
No, Mom. I got it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you know that I'm still here for you, and even though you're an adult now, that if you need anything, I'm still here. Okay. And
Yeah, Mom, of course. And if you need help reading any of those books, put our heads together, you know.
Yeah. Oh
So
my gosh, are we working together?
So basically how I'll allow these books to give you information is you can spend 2 hours reading these books and make investigation checks. And if you was helping you, you'd be able to make them at advantage. And basically every 2 hours that you read these books, you can make investigation checks and you'll get information based off of where you're researching, how you're researching, and what information you're able to find.
Okay.
So now that, of course, sorry, I forgot about that.
No,
so as you are all kind of hearing this commotion and stuff, I would say some of you are able to see Chad maybe make his way. I mean, he's not necessarily hiding it, but he also wasn't with you necessarily. Does anybody else start making their way to the Hydre Fieldhouse and Fighting Pit?
I would definitely have gone up
absolutely.
to
Morton, Cuinn, Flint, Maewyn's behind.
May
Rosie
not have purposely gone, but if we walk past it on our way back to the market.
Yeah, Rosie and you, I need you to make perception checks for me.
We just miss everything. Oh, God.
It is weather outside.
21.
11.
The weather outside is weather.
21, you said?
I got a 21, yes.
Okay.
Not to brag.
I need you to make an athletics check at disadvantage, Rosie.
Oh.
Excuse me? I got a good perception check.
Not good enough?
You said an athletics check?
Yep.
An athletics
You're good at this.
check?
At disadvantage.
Rosie
At
Pantale.
Stretch this morning.
Oh, I rolled 2 15s plus 2, so 17.
As you and Rosie are making their way to the stadium, or to the field house, Morton, Flint, Cuinn, Maewyn, Chad, you all walk in. You see that the bottom, like this is a 1-floor building that then is like has a ground pit that has been dug out of it, so it continues downwards. You see people selling concessions, you see the crowd full of people, and you look down and you currently see 2 people that are fighting, people that are like raising their hands for bets. It is, I mean, Chad's adrenaline immediately starts pumping, and just like nostalgic, just like juice, you know what I mean? Just like it's
Chad's
just,
always
it's exactly
happy, but this is a different
That's called
level of happy.
testosterone.
exactly, yeah. And
Chad's
as that happens, Rosie is grabbed by 2 dark figures. A hood is put over her head. She is pulled into an alleyway, and you does not notice this and cannot find her. And that is where we are going to take a little bit of a bio break.
Oh my god!
I love
My name is Rosie, I'm not Gil Marie!
Wait a minute, who's Gil Marie? Are they more valuable?
So you is currently just like, where did my mom just go? I looked away for just a second. And we will come back after a little bio break and solve the rest of this session. So stand up, stretch, get some water and hydrate, and we will be right back.
Amazing.
I don't know why I said that. Hi, good to see all of you. Welcome to Charmed Persons.
I can't
welcome
believe
back.
You said that, Zach.
Man, thank goodness we weren't streaming. Okay, so we just left off with over half of our party, making their way to the Hydre Fieldhouse and Fighting Pit, while Rosie Pintui was just kidnapped with a hood put over her head, and you in a crowd of people not knowing where she is. And we'll come back to that. So, as you all enter the field house and fighting pit, it is a rambunctious, boisterous group and crowd of people. Chad, you immediately notice, because you're still looking out for them, you immediately see a halfling man. He has where is it? Where are my notes? I have so many tabs.
Oh, I just sent you a fresh new pair of notes that says we all get 1,000 platinum and we're level 20.
Oh, interesting. Good, noted.
I'm going to be rolling at disadvantage for the entire rest of this session.
Halfling man with kind of red robes that are off to the side, maybe more of a red jacket, with like high-waisted, like pulled up very high on him pants, kind of slicked back gray hair, and he is currently barking, and he's saying, "Enter for your chance to fight Nock, the champion of the fighting pit. Enter your name here." And you know,
Beeline.
yeah, you know, you've been in fights like this before. Unlike normal bouts, which are pre-planned and, you know, advertised as such, occasionally there are these champion versus everyone bout kind of things that you've for sure seen before, where people who want to fight Nock or the champion are put into a bag with their names and randomly drawn, usually like sometimes it's just one person, maybe even up to 3 people, depending on how good the champion is, are picked. And the winner gets the purse. And it brings in a ton of people. And usually throughout the night, there's like pre-bouts that'll happen that are like that are still like just smaller versions of like those pre-planned things. And you currently see 2 people that are fighting in the fighting pits right now, like I said, that are not, that you would know that are the champion's probably not down there. That's probably just a pre-fight. Mm-hmm. So you make your way over to that man, and he kind of looks at you, and he says, "Aye, are you brave enough to see if you can fight the champion Nock?"
Oh, you know I am.
All
He'll
right.
just like kind of like boister himself as he says that.
But very cool looking arm, by the way. And he gives you a piece of paper that you put your name down on, crumple up, throw in the bag. And he says, now, if you give me 2 gold, I can give you an entry per 2 gold pieces extra.
You hear in your head, I just got kidnapped.
By when I like throw my name in, does it look like a bunch of people are in there? Or is there
You
like
see-
a line
you-
behind me? How
Yeah, I
fast?
mean, you had to wait in line for a second because there are some
Okay.
soldiers for sure who put their name in. It seems like they kind of like are taking advantage of the fact that the legion of soldiers are stationed here.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, you easily see like, I mean, at a glance, like probably 30, 40 names in there.
Okay. I'll like try to like hide it from anyone behind me so they don't like see how many is happening. And I'll take out 10 gold
Okay.
and like slide it in for 5 more.
You just got played.
He hands
Probably.
you 5 pieces of paper, and you put your name down and put them in the bag.
Great.
What do the rest of you do when you enter the field house and fighting pit?
I'm thinking about signing up. You think that's a bad idea, guys? I'm pretty strong nowadays.
I mean, you do what you want.
Maybe a couple years ago.
You think you
Sorry.
could beat Chad?
I realized I just said that without my accent.
What? I think I
It's
could.
all right.
I think I could beat Chad if I have my big staff. Of course.
But
What if you
don't thi-
didn't?
Yeah, what if you didn't?
If I didn't have my big staff.
Well,
Well,
also,
that's hardly
wait,
fair.
that stuff seems deadly. Why would you bring that in to fight Chad?
I'm like petting it.
This is weird. You're petting a hand.
Eh.
Well-
Yeah.
You would know that most fighting pits worth their salt have magic users that cast a barrier spell on the weapons that like so you can use your own weapons and bring your own weapons, but like if they make contact with skin, they're like raised by about like they don't like do slicing damage. You know, it's more of like yeah, it's just if you get hit or not.
If Chad is here, I would try to call Chad over to our group if we could see him.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Chad!
Chad. Hey.
Are you
Get over here!
Are you fighting?
Sign up, Chad.
Yeah, you see Chad walking away from the guy taking names.
You're muted, JMO. I think.
Yep, I definitely was.
Yeah.
I say, hey guys, and I come running over.
Hey.
Did you sign up?
yeah, it's happening tonight, so I figured since we're here.
You think?
How does it?
You think I would have a chance if I signed up as well?
I mean, you can. It's they said that you're just fighting the champion, so it's not like a tournament kind of deal.
Because I know if
But-
I got in the
and
ring
only
with
a
you,
certain
Chad, it'd
amount
be
of-
quite a fight.
It would be.
You.
How does it work? Do they put your name? To put your name in a bag, and
Yeah,
pull it
so
out? That old thing.
it's just random. Who I don't know if he said how many get picked, but it's just to fight the champion, and if your name's drawn, you get your shot.
When do
Shoot your
they
shot.
place bet? Do they place because of that? Do they place bets like during, or they do it beforehand? Do you know?
Both.
Both.
Right.
In-game bets.
Yeah. Where,
Yes.
There's bookies who will take pre-bets, and then there's bookies who will take in-fight bets.
I
Can
try
I do
to
like
flag down with the
parlays or
bookies.
anything?
I don't know what that means, so no.
That's the
I don't
thing,
know what
the
that
fact-
means
no,
other than a friendly meeting between pirates, but
that's all that is.
that's all I know it is.
You see 2 pirates on the side. Arr.
I heard someone say parlay.
You know what? I'm feeling kind of confident. I'm just gonna go pop on over, put my name in. You know,
Do
it's
it.
all this is casual.
Oi, hello there, big fella. Are you brave enough to fight the champion Nook?
Who is? Oh, can you give me a description?
Oh, no. You see him like clearly decide in that moment, like, oh, I bet it's better if I don't.
Ooh, that's very mysterious. I'll put me in for 1 fight. Please.
All right, if you give me 2 gold pieces, I can give you an entry per extra 2 gold pieces. As many as you want.
I look around, make sure no one behind me can see it. I pull out 10 gold pieces.
Fantastic. So yeah, you put in your entries. Go ahead.
I wanted to talk to Chad and be like, hey, Chad, what if you wanted it to be like maybe more of a chance that you could get pulled?
More of
Maybe
a chance.
I don't know,
What?
more of a chance you can get pulled, like a more guarantee that you get your name pulled.
Oh,
You
you
really
can
wanna fight?
usually. I mean, yeah, I always want to fight, and I hear the pot is pretty high. So if I win, a lot of gold could be coming my way. So I mean, just the chance to fight. I haven't, been in the ring in a while. So
May.
Okay, I mean,
May, you're just sitting here kind of watching this conversation, which we will come right back to. Can you give me a perception check?
Oh, 22.
You notice across the field house, currently watching the fight that's happening and like getting into it. He has a bit of scruff on his face, so he's hard to recognize at first, but it's not too hard to recognize your own blood. As Gelbrick Silverstep is currently watching this fight across the way, and he is definitely, he is zeroed in on the current fight. He has not noticed you at all.
I'll telepathically to Cuinn say, Gelbricks is here.
here?
I forgot to buy a cloak. Damn it.
I have my old cloak that you can wear.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. He definitely hasn't noticed you, so you feel like you noticed him first, which is a good thing. But yeah, so that kind of happens in your head. Chad, Cuinn is mid-sentence with you, kind of zones out, puts his hood up, zones out a little bit more, and then continues the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, what if I could?
Are you cold?
Yeah,
Did you get?
Fine. We'll talk in a more safe environment about it. What happened?
I'll
What
kind
if
of
I could
look
maybe
around
use-
and be like,
You almost
Yeah.
Going around. I could maybe use some magic to make sure you get picked. I don't want to see Flint in there and die, personally.
oh. I mean, I don't.
If you want to leave it up to chance, it's fine.
I just want to cheat for my name to get picked. If I'm fighting, I want it to be honorable in that
It's
way.
not cheating. It's just stacking the odds.
That is literally what cheating is.
There's no rule against it.
There
Show me
is.
a rule against it.
There are
Show me
most places that have rules
It's probably a
against it.
rule again. Like you have to pay for your entries.
I haven't read it.
Besides just one. So.
Have you ever participated in a game where you didn't cheat?
I mean, I win most games that I play.
Oh, huge uproar of people screaming as one of the fighters currently in the bout is knocked unconscious and falls down. A bunch of people 50-50 seeming happy, seeming pissed off at the result of this. You see in the center of the ring as Flint is returning to you, the halfling man that was collecting names walks right into the center of the ring. And you see him cast a spell on himself that probably most of you recognize as thaumaturgy. And his voice is incredibly amplified. And he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hidray Field House and Fighting Pit." And everyone's like,
I need that spell.
Dad's getting into it.
He says, another round of applause for the 2 competitors that we just saw grace this field. Yeah, thank you, everyone. So, now is the time, the reason we are all here. Who dares enter and fight the champion of Hidray, the champion of the Behothian Empire, the best fighter west of the Drea Sands, knock! And out of a tunnel that is off to the side, kind of cut into the seating, walks a slender individual. A little bit shorter than Chad, definitely skinnier than Chad, He is completely shirtless, lean with muscle. The muscle cording like up and down his arms. He has simple kind of pillowy trousers with a cloth belt around his waist. He is a half-elven man with long blonde hair, and he steps forward and kind of gives a bow. And the crowd goes wild, and you hear the people from Hydre and then some of the drunken soldiers like pick it up, knock, 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 knock. Everybody just like screaming for this guy. Then the halfling man holds up the bag and he says, "Are you ready to find out who our competitor is this evening?" You see a couple people getting like pumped up on the sides. They know it's gonna be them.
I'm ready.
As he reaches in, he pulls out one of the long slips of paper, kind of flips it in the air, and he reads it. "All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome down our newest competitor. Can they beat Knock? Chadreamy Strongjaw!"
Let out the yell and just start running up.
You see a couple of first level cleric type individuals who are in the rafters of this building that have these large mirrors that they then cast light on, and like these spotlights come onto you, Chad.
Yes.
And you make your way down into the stadium. Yeah, as you do, like you're walking down the steps, people are like hitting you and like you know, and like pumping you up and like pushing you around, and like you don't take offense to it at all. Like this is the culture. Like they're getting you ready, they're getting you pumped up.
I'm giving winks. I'm like, I'm making a show of it. Oh yeah.
As soon as Chad is picked, I turn and I try and I find a bookie if I can.
Yeah, easily enough. You see, you look up and you see a guy who's sitting there. Halfling man looks pretty similar to the guy in the center of the ring. Maybe they're brothers. Who knows? And he's kind of looking around and he says, "All right, get your beddings, All
right, can I have 4-1 on Chadreamy Strongjaw?" And I take the 4 platinum that I have left and I pass it over.
All right, well, we tell you what the odds are, but you can definitely put down the 4 more. You can definitely put down the 4 platinum. And he kind of looks down at Chad. And you see him kind of like look off in the distance. He's definitely communicating with someone through magical means. And he looks back and he's like, "Looking at our competitor tonight, ironically enough, it looks like we have odds of about 4-1. So,
oh wow! Good
so yeah, if you give us 4 platinum, there's definitely a way you could be getting 16 back to you, my friend."
All right, then here you are, and I slide it over.
Okay,
and I go back to my seat and get ready to watch.
All right.
50 gold on Chad.
All right, 4-1, 4-1, 4-1,
Me too.
4-1. Okay, and he's just like making sure everybody knows the odds. He gets bets, so mark off that 50 gold.
Hey, Chad, know that if you die, we're gonna be mad at you.
As Chad is coming down and getting ready, we cut back to the plaza on the way here. Rosie, you immediately take 22 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make an athletics check to try and escape. At disadvantage, you've been knocked into your head. You don't really know what's going on. You know that your arms are being pushed back behind you. The bag is currently being pulled tight around your mouth so that you can't speak.
You said athletics?
Yes.
Acrobatics.
Athletics. You can use acrobatics if you want.
No. That is a 15.
15. That is not going to beat a dirty 20. As you are then continuing to drag in, you can make a perception check for me.
My heart is beating really fast.
It's fine. I just have a -2 to my perception.
Oh, teen angst.
I have a +1 only because I did that in like my ability checks.
It's 15.
15. You hear the sounds of like muffled struggle off to your right, but you don't see anything. But you feel pretty confident that you like clocked what was on your left, so you at least start heading in what you think is the right direction of maybe where whatever happened.
Yeah. So, all right, Mom, you take these books. I'll take.
Yeah, and immediately like, and it is just like because she was on your right side, so you feel like if she was taken from the left or taken anywhere to the left, that you would kind of clock that. So you start heading in your right. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's not good.
Rosie, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
I am unconscious.
Okay.
Oh, shit!
It's okay. It's okay. You're a cleric. Wait. Shit.
And they're going to roll another stealth check. I need you to make a perception check.
I hate all of this.
What happens when
It's
you steal
okay.
gold
You
from
can do
Cuinn,
your fight,
Rosie?
Chad. I would want you to win.
Natural 20.
I didn't want to have to
Natural
send my goons
20?
after you.
Oh, thank God.
Amazing. You love these narrative natural 20s. Honestly, I should have made you do that in the chat of doom. I'm going to start calling it the chat of doom, where I make you roll in roll 20. Not that I don't, never mind. It's just to make it more exciting. It's just to make it, you weren't here, so I forgot that you didn't know about that, but last session I started doing that because it makes certain rolls more exciting. Okay, so nat 20, beautiful. That is, he rolled a 22 stealth, so that is literally what you needed. As you see in an alleyway being taken, like, you immediately see, like, your mom's Crocs, like, being, like, Rosie for sure wears Crocs. Rosie wears Crocs
These
for sure.
are my Crocs.
You see your mom's shoes being, like, drug by two individuals, and you see her limp, and you see them you just see them turn the corner away from you, about like 30 feet away from you right now.
I'm going to shout, and as I do, cast Compel Duel.
Okay.
One of them. It's save.
They rolled a natural 19 on the die.
They beat it. That's a bonus action, so I'll use my action to dash.
Yeah, I will say though, as soon as you yell in that direction, both of them do turn to look in your direction. You see them exchange a look with one another. One of them continues to drag your mother, and the other stands in the alleyway and starts to head towards you. But it's technically your turn, so they haven't moved towards you, but that's what you see start to happen.
Sure.
So you use your movement to... What's your movement speed? 25? Yeah. So you use your movement to get 5 feet, within 5 feet of this guy. You do still have your action if you would like to use that.
If I'm within 5 feet,
I'm not with this one though. I'm still getting dragged off by the other one.
You are currently still being dragged off, yes.
Can I lose a croc? Just narratively?
I'll allow you to lose a croc.
Cool. Oh, it's my Evans shoe.
Leave a trail behind.
I'm gonna blind just dash past this guy if I can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's gonna make an attack of opportunity on you.
Of course. Yeah.
It's +6 to this. 17.
That's a miss.
Ooh, you run and even though it's narratively, I mean, I know you technically mechanically are holding it, but narratively your shield on your back as the rapier kind of like swings by and stings at you, missing you. You definitely get right up next to the guy that is currently dragging your mother away.
I mean, that's all I can kind of do.
Okay, yeah.
No, that's my bonus action.
It's now their turn. The one that is in front of you drops your mom. She falls down to the ground. Rosie, I need you to make a death saving throw for me.
Fucking Christ. I'm sorry. I'll never give anyone any platinum or gold or anything again.
It's too late for that.
An 11. So
An 11. Okay, so you have a success. He is going to jump at you with his rapier.
Me?
No, at you.
Oh. Okay.
That is a 22 to hit. And he does. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, that'll do it. Okay, yeah. And he does 10 points of piercing damage to you as he's able to just like get it right in between you. The guy behind you is then going to try to attack you. He will have this at advantage because he's flanking you with his friend. That is a 1 and a 5. So neither of those will hit. So it is technically your turn.
My mom's hanging there limp. Yeah. Just pretty clearly like knocked out. Or...
You would say unconscious for sure.
I would lay on hands. 10 points of health.
Amazing.
And that's a bonus action?
That's a bonus action if you did it to yourself.
Okay, so it's an action.
Action to someone else, yeah.
Bonus action, then I would cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And just raise my shield and prepare for like the next like.
For sure, yeah. Rosie, you wake up conscious now, hood over your head, 10 hit points. What do you do?
Well, that's a great question, Zach. Would it be a bonus action? So would it take my entire action to stand up and get the thing off my head?
It would take a bonus action to like get yourself out of like the bindings. It will take half of your movement to stand up, but then you would still have your action and half your movement.
I will use the bonus action then to try to get out of my bindings. Half my movement to stand up, the other half of my movement to get out of range.
Okay, so he will take an attack of opportunity on you. This one gets a 16 on the die, 22 to hit.
I would love to use now that, because narratively I would have been out of the bindings and I'm uncovered at this point. So I would like to use my reaction warding flare to burst a light at him to have him re-roll that and take the lower roll.
That's a natural 20. So I think we're going to take the 22.
Hit me.
He does. That's. You are unconscious again. That is 14 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay. I thought I was up. Back down.
That is technically the end of your turn. It is now their turn.
Can I just say I've never taken more than like 5 points of damage in combat in any round ever.
The first one is going the one who just knocked you out. It is now his turn, and he is going to attack you at advantage.
Me?
You.
I know.
That is a natural 20. So this is going to be 5, 8, 13, 17 points of bludgeoning damage to you. And then the second guy is going to attack you at advantage. That is a 18 on the die, 24.
Oh, then yes.
And he does 4 plus 4 plus 4, 12 points of bludgeoning damage to you. And it is now your turn.
Are people just like watching this happen?
12
Yeah,
points.
this is in an alleyway, and a lot of
Okay.
the focus is elsewhere.
It's like, wow, bystander intervention mode?
I'm going to, with my action, hoist my mom's body. Bonus action, pump the remaining pool of lay on hands into myself.
Okay.
1 HP.
Oh,
Run back
God.
towards the main street.
Okay, yeah. They are going to both take attacks of opportunity on you. Oh, gosh.
Sometimes you just gotta run.
That is a 14 to hit. That will not hit. That is a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
Is this affecting me too, or just you?
This is just you. That is max damage. That is 15 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay. Still up.
Okay, yeah. So you start running to the side. Now that they don't have you and you are making your way into the crowd, you hear them both curse under their breath and they start running in the opposite direction.
Good.
That was almost so bad.
I would start probably running back towards the church.
Okay, yeah. Rosie, I need you to make a death saving throw for me.
I'm using my cleric dice. 10.
10, that's a success.
That's a success, okay.
You go ahead and make a medicine check as you're like trying to run to this place here. You're just trying to like keep her awake, keep her focused. This is like, that's going to be your version of this medicine check to stabilize her.
Yeah, 12.
12. So you are stabilized. No longer need to make death saving throws, but you are unconscious still. So you starts to head to the temple. You make a perception check for me.
Great. 17.
With a 17, I actually didn't roll stealth. I was just setting a DC. Okay, well, that's a natural one. With a 17, you are running down the street, and you see that one of the individuals, his head is sticking outside of an empty warehouse that was about 20 feet away from where the alleyway was. They were very close to just getting her away.
Mm-hmm.
And you see his friend, like he's watching you run away, and you see his friend pull him in.
Mm.
And the door is shut. But you you immediately clock the building.
The building, yeah. As I realize that they're not following, I would use a Cure Wounds to bring...
Okay, easily enough. And people are starting to kind of look at what's going on.
Yeah, I would say,
but
yeah, I'm covered in blood. I'm kind of frantic.
Yeah, someone
with just a shield in one arm and over my shoulder.
Yeah. As you lay her down and cast Cure Wounds, how much do you heal her for?
It's a max roll. It's 14 or 12. Sorry.
Nice. So you once again kind of wake up, Rosie. You see a woman, just like a middle-aged woman, is coming up to you. Oh my God, are you two okay? What's going on?
I look to you, and I'm like,
I don't know what that was, and I immediately also check my mom's neck for vampire bites.
You do not notice any vampire bites. No.
oh well,
My mom just got mugged.
Oh my gosh. I'll see if I can go get some help. And she kind of stands up and starts walking away. As this is happening, Chad, you are sitting in the middle of this ring. The magic users have already come up to you and asked you what weapons that you're going to be using in the battle, and whatever weapon you told them, they put basically a dulling ward on it. That fades in an hour. But just to make sure that you don't do any lethal damage to anybody. So
go ahead. Or something like my dragon tooth dagger.
Yes.
Would I know then, like, the additional acid damage wouldn't do?
No, it will. It'll
Okay,
still
okay,
happen, but we're just narratively, it's just a way of like saying that like you're not here to kill these people.
Sure.
It's just a fight. Okay. And so like the way that the acid damage would manifest, it's like the warding flare, like, or the not the warding flare. That's what, what Rosie does. The like dulling ward, basically magically is able to like know what damage is being input and just like give it as bludgeoning damage, basically, is what it is.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'll have my fancy scimitar and that dagger.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Chadreamy Strongjaw, all the way from... Where are you from?
Like Fallen.
All the way from Lake Fallen!
No, sure.
Here to face the champion of the Hydre Fieldhouse and Fighting Pit, Knock. Competitors, are you ready? You see that Knock just like walks forward and kind of like nods his head.
Chad kind of like tones it down a little bit to like be stoic and cool too, and it's like, yes, same.
Amazing, I love that. To be stoic and cool too. Okay. I need you to roll initiative.
I totally would have beat this Knock guy.
You finally get to fight.
For sure.
I can't believe I'm missing it.
Don't jinx it, okay? It still might not happen. 17.
17. Okay, he gets a +4 to this. That is a 15. So you go first. So he is standing there in the middle of the field, just kind of looking at you. Go ahead.
I don't like that he's just standing there. But I'm gonna kind of like be light on my feet for a second, probably, and like see if he's gonna do something.
Okay.
And then if he's not, then I'll just like I'm in for 2 attacks.
All right, attack away.
That is, good lord, I've not done this in a long time. A 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Sweet. And this is just my scimitar, so it comes in with only 4 damage.
You see him. You go and you swipe at his abdomen with the scimitar, and he just like takes the blow and then kind of looks at you.
I hate this. Chad kind of like looks a little confused, but like doesn't want to be thrown off, so he'll come in with the dragon tooth dagger and his dragon scaled arm. Ooh, that's a 19 that I just rolled, so that's a crit.
Yeah, that is a crit. That hits.
Okay. If only I was Mega Chad. So 1d4.
So 2d4 plus so 4d4 total.
No, the acid is a d6, so.
Okay, yeah. So 2d4 and 2d6.
Dope. So that was.
If I can get within 30 feet, you could be Mega Chad.
I feel like that's also cheating.
Cheating?
Clearly
100% that's cheating.
So that's 9 piercing, and then the acid is 7. I don't plus anything. Yeah, just
16.
7 acids.
You see this time you go in with like he just takes the hit and you very sneakily just go in with a quick thrust at the dagger and it gets him right in the abdomen and you see him like back up a couple steps with this one and he kind of like looks back up at you and then he sprints forward, jumps in the air and is going to attempt to just Superman punch you.
Oh god.
That is a 16 to hit.
Just hits.
And he does max damage, 8 points of bludgeoning damage. He is then going to quickly, as he Superman punches you, he then jumps in the air and goes for 2 quick kicks to your chest.
Fucking monks. Get out of here.
That's a 16 to hit, and that is a 12 to hit.
Okay. First one hits, second misses.
So that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage in the first kick, and it kind of pushes you back, and then he lands with the second one. And then he just kind of is sitting there like waiting for you in this form. And you've fought in fighting pits before, and you do like Chad, I feel like, has the reaction that JMO just had of like fucking monks. All
right.
And it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna do the same thing.
All right.
That is a. God, this dice is always so hard to read. 15 to hit.
15 does not hit. He dodges out of the way last second.
All right, and then with my dagger. God, another 15. 2 10s. What's happening with
both
my
of
double
those
rolls?
miss. He just kind of like definitely this time trying to avoid your attacks. As you caused him some damage the first time. As that happens, I want May and Cuinn to make perception checks for me.
Why?
Oh,
Thank you.
Does your family dude know who
That's
I
pretty
am,
good.
though? Did he see me?
17.
Dirty 20.
You 100% waited in that tavern at the bar with Morton when he was talking to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
What did
thought
you say
about that.
was your results?
17.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Gelbrix is not where he was standing and is up at the top. Because like I said, it's a field house, so it goes in. You guys are like about halfway down. He's up at the top talking to 2 hooded figures.
Whoops.
We gotta move in on him, I think. Right, May? We gotta do something.
I don't know. He hasn't noticed us yet. Maybe we just lay low.
Yeah, he's doing something. We gotta do something. We need hooded figures.
And as that happens, it's now the other guy's turn.
We need hooded figures.
Knock is going to attempt to leg sweep you. He spins and goes for a leg sweep. That is 19 to hit.
Nice.
And he is going to do 8 more points of bludgeoning damage as he his heel hits right at the side of your knee, and then it kind of makes him spin back, and then he looks at you, and then he is going to spend a key point as a bonus action to do patient defense as he really focuses in. And so your next 2 attacks on him are going to be at disadvantage.
Great. Reminding myself, here, all that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay. Well, that's gonna miss because I already rolled really low at disadvantage, and that's nat 1. So.
All right. So both of your attacks,
Damn
he's
it.
just he's too quick for you, and he just moves either side. And once again, those words in the back of your mind, "fucking monks."
I am gonna, because I don't want to get got, use my bonus action, Second Wind, to regain some HP.
May and Cuinn, I need you both to make perception checks for me.
Oh man.
I do want to cast invisibility on May.
Okay, I'll say that's easily done.
5.
17.
With a 17, you see one of the hooded figures, who's talking to Gelbrix, seems exasperated, and then looks over to his left, and you follow his line of eyesight, and you see another hooded figure, and you see them putting something away in their coat. They were facing the fighting pit. They put something away in their coat, and they turn and they start to walk back up. Chad, you take 7 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws for me.
Yay! Stacking the fight so we can all be captured. We're gonna die horrible deaths.
Con save, you said?
2 con saves, yep.
Okay, well, the first one's a nat 20.
Okay.
22. Ooh,
So you're not paralyzed.
why couldn't I roll? And the second one's a 19, so 21.
Okay, so you will take half of this.
It sounded like too many dice that were just rolled.
18s have to 9 points of poison damage.
We could have just gone gone to the inn. We could have
Thank
just
God
met
that
at
was
the inn.
halved. I would have been out. God damn.
How far away are like the hooded figure that we just saw?
Across the way from where you are.
Oh, like across the whole stadium?
Because they're across the stadium. Yeah, but it's not a stadium though. It's just
Right,
like it's a fighting pit. I would say 60 feet away.
That
And I-
fucker's cheating, mate.
And I clearly know that he did not cause me that damage.
He was not near you, and all of a sudden you feel a very sharp pain in your side.
If I see something there?
You look down. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as this guy just clocks you with a left hook. I will give your reaction. You do see something there. I will give your reaction to do something if you want. But he's coming back at you with a right hook.
I mean, if there's something in me, I'd want to pull it out, but I'd keep it in my hand.
Okay, so is that all you do?
If that's all my reaction can let me do.
Is there anything else you want to do?
I don't know if I can because he's about to punch me, but I'd like to see if he knew what happened. Like if this was like someone else's doing, stacking the fights, or if...
Yeah, he has no, like, he's not looking down on what you're looking at, and you do not see, like, it seems very clear that this is not something that he did. Okay. He is very focused on this fight with you. And yeah, but that was your time to say something if you were going to say something.
I wasn't going to say anything, but if I noticed that, I would just hold whatever I pull out of myself in front between us. I wouldn't say anything.
He's already coming in, okay, so I'm going to say make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Remember, you're talking to the fist.
Actually, you know what? Actually, I'm going to say acrobatics check at disadvantage.
Oh, an acrobatics. Okay, at disadvantage. Okay. What? I rolled 2 12s. Why is my rolling so weird?
That is weird.
So that's a 16.
The 15 was the DC. So he comes and hits at you and then like stops thinking that you're trying to do something else to him and then instead going to use a key point to go into patient defense. And that's the end of his turn. He doesn't know what you're doing. I mean, he just sees
yeah.
He just sees a dart.
At least something.
Cuinn, May, do you do anything in this moment? Flint and Morton are just watching the fight. You guys don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no.
If we get a little closer, I can cast Detect Thoughts on him or one of the other creatures.
Yeah, I was about to cast Dissonant Whispers on the guy.
You see them. You see that other guy who's been walking up. He's completed, and the hooded figures, the 3 hooded figures who are talking to Gelbrix, they separate. Gelbrix goes one way. The 3 hooded figures go another way. It looks like both of them are leaving the arena.
Who do you want to? We should tell Flint and.
Yeah.
Flint, what the fuck is that? Is that a dot?
Flint Morton.
What's in?
Who do we want to follow?
Hey.
May is invisible, by the way. This is May.
May, you're invisible.
Yes.
Wait, what the shit? What? Hey, whoa! I'm watching the fight. What's going on?
I would have whacked this knock guy so hard with my staff.
Our brother's cheating. I don't know if you can believe it, but a silver step is cheating.
Hey, wait, is that your brother fighting?
No, he has hooded figures that shot him with a dart. They're separating. We gotta decide
what the shit? Where? What is happening?
Should we confront them?
I think
Detect Thoughts is a good plan there.
Okay, I need to be within 30 feet. Or are either of them within 30 feet of us in the direction they walked? Like, if any of them walk toward us?
They are walking. You are still on opposite sides. I mean, they're walking like around to the front entrance. You see one of them as they're walking take something out of their coat, look towards the.
Well, if he
pit.
does that, I would cast Dissonant Whispers on him if I see him doing something.
You can definitely do that, but you're catching him at the end of doing this. You just spent your turn talking to the rest of your party. So that is a 19 to hit you, Chad.
Wait, for what?
Yeah. That is 6 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
I'm unconscious.
Okay. You immediately
try to say something.
You immediately feel a pulse of poison into your veins, and immediately fail 2 death saving throws.
Oh no!
The fight has now stopped. The Knock notices that something is going on. It is very clear that these darts that another dart is now inside Chad's neck. People are looking throughout the crowd, like, what is going on? Cuinn, as you cast Dissonant Whispers, you realize one thing. Your brother is not cheating. Chad is being assassinated.
Right. Well, he's cheating. He's still considered cheating. I would say that's cheating.
But his goal is not to win this fight. It seems like Gelbrix did not expect you here.
I forgot to tell Chad he was the king.
Go ahead and
You don't even know about the die.
roll. Oh no, they roll
They
for
make a
Dissonant
wisdom
Whispers. That is a 18 on the die plus 2, 20.
That saves.
I'm running into the arena to Chad if I can.
Yeah,
If
I've
Flint-
drawn my rapier and get down and put a defensive position around Chad.
Chad, I need you, as they are running down, to roll a death saving throw for me.
Don't.
Or I don't have to.
Can I give Chad my inspiration?
I
Or
have
no?
inspiration.
I mean, I would
do.
wait.
Okay,
but
you
yeah.
do. Okay.
Everything's okay. Everything's fine.
As long as it's above a 10, we're fine.
Yep.
Just us healers, so far away from.
It's a 7.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
I mean, probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like
I will
it's
allow you to use
Fine.
your
Love of
inspiration.
God.
probably a good usage of it.
Yeah, it's a good usage of it to not die. Yep.
Probably the best.
Die.
Cool. That's a 9. So.
Yes.
As you are running down, Morton, you slide on your knees and you grab Chad, lifting him up, and he takes his last breath as you do so. Chad, in this moment of clarity, you see Morton coming up to you. You feel the poison pulse through your veins once more. You feel your life essence starting to drain from you. You have a moment to say something.
I wasn't ready for this. I'll, like, having dropped everything, I'll just kind of like take a hand and put it to Morton's face and say, "At least I went fighting, right?" And I'll.
Morton, go ahead.
I fucking forgot I have a potion of healing.
Okay.
And I just realized that.
You dump the potion of healing in Chad's face right after he says that, and the potion does not take effect. Chad is still sitting there lifeless.
I look around for the source of this dart.
You immediately look up. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Hey, that's not bad. 17.
17. You see the audience is freaking out. Everyone is sprinting away. But up at the top, you see 3 figures not sprinting away, hooded figures looking down. With a 17, you see the symbol of the hanged men on one of them. They start sprinting out of the arena.
Yeah, I gun after him and go, there! And just jet directly towards them.
A individual that none of you recognize, but that Rosie or you would recognize, sprints forward. He has a long, crooked nose and long white hair, currently wearing deep, deep yellow, almost tan robes. As he sprints forward and slides down on his knees, and he looks at you and he looks at Chad, and his eyes open wide immediately, knowing what is going on in this situation. And he grabs you by the collar, Morton, and pulls you into him. And he says, "I need gold now."
I give him I like jam my hand in my pocket, like trying to get away, and I just go, who are you?
Are you a cleric? Who are you?
Do you have gold? I need gold now. I need gold now.
Okay.
For what?
I need 300 gold now.
I don't.
I take out 150. It's all I got.
I take out 150. I just like slam it into his hand. He look like this.
He says, "You better hope the count's right." And he takes the bag or the gold coins, and he grabs his holy symbol, and you see this glow of energy come from him as he takes the gold and brings it forward into his arms. And the glow is so bright from within his arms that you feel like you have to look away as he drops. And then a diamond is sitting in his chest, a diamond that is sharpened at a point that he takes and slams into Chad's chest.
No.
Blood immediately spurts out of his chest, and he skewers the diamond in. His eyes immediately go white, and he starts speaking in this ancient language. Do any of you know Celestial?
Chad does.
Chad, you hear in Celestial, you are floating in this endless black space. And you hear this voice calling out to you in a language that you've not heard in quite some time. I don't know who you are. I don't know why he sent me here, but he's not done with you yet. You need to come back. And you feel this warmth, this embrace, this peace in front of you. And from behind you, you feel a cold darkness and a sense of struggle and a sense of stress. But it is also from behind you that you hear the voice. Which direction does Chad go?
I heard from the other direction the voice that was speaking in Celestial.
You hear the voice behind
that voice.
you. Yeah.
I would go towards the voice, towards whoever's calling me back.
Morton, as you are trying to comprehend what just happened, Flint, as you look down and you see the visage of Shale lying at your feet, for a brief second, not because it is actually Shale, it's not a trick, it's not an illusion, but you just remember Chad is someone's son. What would you do if you lost your son? And as you both are beginning to comprehend the fact that this is a situation you have to deal with, Chad takes in a deep breath and inhales. In Chad's chest, where his heart would be, flush with his skin, is a patch of diamond.
I for sure doing like, oh, thank God.
Chad, you have 1 hit point.
Chad, are you okay? Oh my God, dude, what? Oh, I'm so glad that you were in the ring and not me, but I don't mean that like that. I'm so sorry.
Cuinn, Maewyn, those figures are starting to leave the arena.
I want to follow Gelbrix if I still beat on Gelbrix.
I mean,
you do. Yeah, Morton, what do you do?
I point at Flint. At first, I give a big old smackaroony right on the forehead to Chad, and I look at Flint and I go, "Make sure he's okay," and I just book it after the 3 figures at like top speed.
You, Rosie, as you are standing in this street, dealing with what just happened, shortly after, because we'll say timing-wise that everything that happened to you happened like as the fight with Chad was starting, basically. You guys were at the bookstore. As you are there, from outside of that building, the doors burst and chaos reigns and people start running away. As that happens, you spot 3 very similar-looking hooded figures making their way calmly in the crowd. into an alleyway, and you lose sight of them from where you're sitting. And then about 30 seconds after that, you see Morton come running out and like looking in every direction.
I would stagger, like let the hooded figures pass, kind of hiding, and then stagger towards Morton, trying to like wave with Rosie. Like,
yeah, Morton, you're out on the prowl looking, and you as a very unique looking individual with their like just like tiny body, fully armored and like all these intricate, but maybe usually with a pleasant look on their face, now covered in blood and terror as you see them flagging you down.
I run over. Oh, did I get my daggers from the person, or has 30 minutes not passed?
30 minutes is technically not passed.
Okay, that's fine. Just double checking before I.
For sure.
Someone's gonna get hurt. So I was curious if I had them. I run up to them, and I go, "Assassins, where?" And I like look at like for a second, like you see my face register that blood, and like Rosie's not doing well, and I just say it again, "Assassins, where?"
As you are sitting there talking, and before you can even respond, over Morton's shoulder, you see a small halfling man with some kind of like a scruffy beard make his way to that same alleyway, and following him, you see Cuinn and Maewyn.
May is still invisible.
Okay, you see Cuinn. What'd you say?
Do we all see that?
Yes.
Or Morton?
Well, Rosie and you do. Morton is facing you.
Okay.
I'll
just like point.
And I would point towards the warehouse, thinking that that's kind of what is happening still.
Yeah, totally.
I immediately go in that direction. I put up my hood of disguise and turn into a hanged man person.
Okay.
And head that way. Just like
Chad, Flint, what's going on with you guys?
In the armor, I should say.
Chad, I'll carry you out of here to safety. Need it.
What
I can take you to the temple if you need to go to the temple. Also, Gron comes running down the stadium steps, and he's like,
Who?
"I just went to go piss. What the fuck just happened? Where is everybody? Why are you okay? Did you get your ass kicked?" Oh, Morton's gonna be so mad that he lost his platinum. Listen, what's going on?
Hey,
Random stranger.
Now's not the time to figure out who you are.
Oh my god!
Oh fucking hell! What? Jesus.
I think we need to get out of here, Chad. If you can, I'll help you walk, but let's just try to get out to safety.
Okay. Sure. Okay. And I turn to the robed guy, and in Celestial, I say thank you. I don't know who you are, but thank you.
He kind of like is surprised that you know Celestial, and he looks at you. And he just simply says, "Dune be praised," in Celestial. They both start to lift you up, and then the guy in the robes looks at Braun, and he points in the direction that the rest of the party ran, and he says, "Let them know we're heading to the Temple of Dune." And the two of you start to take Chad away. Chad, you are at 1 hit point, and as you are walking, he tries to heal you, and you cannot heal any more than 1 hit point. Something about this poison is deeply embedded in you, and you are very sick and very hurt.
Is my arm still
Bring
scaling?
him to me.
Your arm is still scaling, yes.
Okay, I was like, do
Your arm
curses
is
go
still
away if
scaling.
you die?
Unfortunately, no. So you continue to take them. Everybody else, you're currently making your way through this alleyway. Cuinn, Maewyn, you reach the end of the alleyway just as you see Gelbrix snake into an abandoned warehouse.
Follow in.
Yeah,
As you start to walk, you hear footsteps from behind you. You turn and you see a hanged man walking towards you.
Cuinn didn't do anything to change himself, right?
No, not my face, just my cloak.
Okay, so I would recognize him
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
turn the corner.
Yeah.
I turn the corner and I go, "Morton," and I keep walking.
I pull up my saxophone aggressively and then
You and Rosie, do you follow them? What do you two do?
I have 6 hit points and no spell slots.
I
would
would
encourage Rosie to go with me and Chad to the temple.
Well, I would do, seeing that you're covered in blood, and like as soon as I come to after everything is, I like reach up and I'll be like, oh, is this yours or was it theirs? Is this your blood or is this theirs?
It's mine.
Okay, and I'll cure your wounds at 2nd level.
Oh,
Um,
Mama looking out for her kid.
And you get nice 14 hit points back.
Oh yeah.
Feel yourself taking a bit of a deeper breath, oxygen coming back to your lungs. A lot has happened as you both are kind of just like reeling from what just occurred. Flint, Chad, and the Deacon of Dune from Hydre that you met earlier are approaching with Chad.
What?
Rosie!
What?
Rosie, what
What
happened
happened to him? And I point to...
Chad was attacked. Dune sent me a vision of the fighting pits. I didn't know why I needed to be there. I just knew I needed to be there. Please, we need to make our way to the temple where it's safe.
Okay. And I have no idea what happened to Chad, so I'll walk with them and try to pull you with me.
Yeah. So as you are walking through the temple, Morton, Cuinn, Maewyn, you just open the double doors to this place?
I look at Cuinn, and before we get there,
yeah, you assume that Maewyn's there, but you don't see her. But you know she's invisible because you talked to her.
Oh, that's
earlier.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
I turn to Cuinn, and I go, "Was this your brother?"
Yes.
I have an
idea.
idea.
At warehouse.
I have an idea. Do you want to go with me on it?
What's your idea? Yeah, sure.
You want to be my prisoner?
Absolutely not.
No.
It'll get us in the door.
I can just walk in the door, man.
But we might not attract too much
Fine.
attention.
We could try it, but May, why don't you fan out once we get in there?
Oh fuck! Forgot you're here. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's try it.
Great, and I have some rope on me, but
I'm also a halfling. So
you
can just get me in one hand.
I take rope. That I've got some rope, and I would tie it around in a knot that looks tough to get out of, but like all Quinn would have to do would just go, boop, and they would like unravel.
What do you have Batty do?
I'm gonna have Batty. I'm gonna tell her to burrow under the warehouse and wait.
To burrow under the warehouse and wait. Okay.
But yeah.
Noted.
And then I walk with Cuinn and presumably May, wherever she is. I choose not to know, so that I don't do one of the like, where are they?
Yeah, for sure. So you walk in and you see this place.
Uh-oh.
Oh God.
As you see an empty warehouse. Gilbricks, I don't have a mini for Gilbricks, but we'll go ahead and put we'll make Gilbricks this giant beetle.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
And we will put him right here. The two of you enter down there at the bottom. Go ahead and all three of you can put your tokens down there.
Yeah. Where? Oh, there I am. Oh, no, token. There we go. Yeah, make sure I'm like clearly hoisting and struggling. I'll go to the right.
All right. So you will walk in. The hanged men immediately turn, and the two on the edges here, on the left and right, immediately take out crossbows and are pointing in your
I
direction.
throw Cuinn to the ground, not like slam dunk, but just like chuck him forward, and I go, "This one was following after us."
I'll have my hood over my head and then very dramatically look up so he sees my face.
Make an insight check for me.
Dramatically.
Two is the worst roll because I can re-roll a 1.
2 is a 1.
Your brother's hard to read in this moment, but he looks at you and he says, "Idiot."
Are you surprised?
Morton, I need you to make a deception check.
Can I
Come
get
on, Morton.
advantage? No. Okay. Oh, well, I do have DM inspo if I need it. I'm gonna use my DM inspo on that. Hey, DM inspo to a nat 20.
Nat 20. You are a regular hanged man as you have walked in here, and from the outsides of these crates, you see a couple more individuals appear as they were behind.
I like our odds.
So it.
Looks like we're gonna have to kill our way out of this place, Morton.
I have an arrow just like
Who the
knocked,
fuck
just
is
in case.
This guy walks right up past Gilbrix and is going to walk right up to Cuinn and points a crossbow bolt right at your head. And he says, "Oh, right. Well, thanks for taking him to us, brother. Easier target practice."
I laugh and just like move a little forward to like get next to the guy to like.
He puts
watch
the
it
crossbow at Quinn's abdomen and pulls. This hits, obviously.
And I shoot my arrow at him.
This
As soon as I
you
can.
take 10 points of piercing damage as the crossbow bolt enters your abdomen. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Fuck me.
All right.
Twin dice.
Twin dice. I rolled a fucking
pretty good.
4.
Oh, not bad.
That's pretty good. I got 22.
I got an 8.
I got a 21.
Do I roll for Batty, or Batty just goes right after me?
Betty will go on your turn. Maewyn, you immediately noticed as you walked in here, the floor of this place is cement.
Awesome. That's a
Betty
chance I
can dig
took.
through cement.
I don't think she can.
You're about to see all of Morton's traveling theater troupe training come into play right now.
Do I become uninvisible when I attack?
Yep.
Great.
But you should have. No, maybe you don't have advantage.
My question is, who are the poor 2 guys who have to sleep on a fucking wood?
It's a good question. It's a good question, man.
It was the new recruit. They're like, hazing.
Why is this not working for me?
You do
Why
have
do I always do
advantage.
this? Okay, there we go.
On the attack.
At the
my
top of the
first
turn
one?
order.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Yeah, surprise round from Maewyn. Go ahead and roll for advantage on the attack.
Okay, and I use my +1 longbow.
Yeah.
Okay, 22.
Hits. Roll damage.
9 points of damage.
The arrow
And then-
immediately starts to pour out of his throat. He looks rough immediately right in front of you, Cuinn.
And then he also takes a D4 of necrotic damage.
Nice.
From the wound in his throat, his veins start to blacken and explode with more like you can see right underneath the skin, the veins exploding and causing immediate bruises as he falls to the ground dead.
Great.
Silver steps.
What the fuck? and
Okay.
Keep the illusion.
Keep the illusion going. All right, Cuinn, you're up. Top of the turn order.
I'm just gonna look at my brother and just say, "Now you see me." I'm gonna try to cast pyrotechnics on this lantern right here.
Okay, that's a candle, but yes, easily done.
Any source of light. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so
all
what
those
is-
4 people have to make a Constitution saving throw, or they are blind until the end of my next turn.
Gelbrix rolls a 13.
That fails.
And I'll roll for all 3 of them in one roll. They rolled a natural 7. So
fail.
all 3 of them kind of.
That's my action. I will I'm gonna move over here. How close does that leave me? No, that's too far. I'll move 3 or 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll move over here, and I will bonus action inspire May.
Okay.
And just.
So he kind of looks at you, your brother looks at you, and you can see him clearly in quite a bit of pain in his abdomen, and yet him pushing through it and kind of giving you a smirk is inspiration enough.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Next, Morton.
I immediately turn to Gelbrix and drop, like keeping my back to Cuinn and in a very defensive position, and I go, "Protect him!" And I grab Gelbrix and hoist him up as if I'm protecting him and keeping my sword pointed and moving back if I can with however I need to do that.
For sure. Go ahead and make an athletics check, and he will make an acrobatics check at disadvantage. He's blinded. He doesn't know what's coming. That's a natural 20, and that is a 5.
Well, I rolled a 7.
Well, you beat him.
Athletics.
So you're able to grapple him, and then you can move at half speed with him in your arms.
Yeah, I move. Would I have noticed on walking in if there was an exit out of here beyond the front?
The one right behind you, no.
Okay. So I move. Hold on. I moved 5 feet, so and it's 20 now. So I move. Well, I guess I'd be in his position. So I moved 10 feet, so I can move. What would that be? 10 more feet? If I have 40.
Because you have 40, you use 10, so you have 30 left. So you have 15 with him.
Okay, 15. So I move toward. I'd go here with him. Okay. And just to get behind everybody.
He is going to spend his turn. You notice. Make an insight check, Cuinn. Okay. Or Morton, sorry.
Mike.
14.
He spends his turn attempting to get away from you. It's either a very sad attempt or he's not actually trying.
Okay.
That is the end of Gelbrix's turn. Maewyn, you're up.
Okay. I am going to. I did what we talked about, Zach, and I swapped out one of my spells.
Okay, yeah.
And so I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hail of Thorns, which then I have to use my action to actually make the attack.
Yep.
Let's see, it's each creature within 5 feet. So I'm going to attack. Heck, I want to attack.
The blind people automatically fail if it's based on sight, so.
Okay.
Checks.
So the blind. So I'm gonna do.
Honestly, it would be best if you're doing Hail of Thorns, you should aim at these two.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was gonna say.
So roll for attack.
So that is.
And then they make a dexterity saving throw.
And can I do this with my +1 longbow?
Yeah.
You also have advantage because they're blind.
That is going to be a 26 to hit.
Definitely hits. So now they will roll a dexterity saving throw, which they fail automatically because it's based on sight. So go ahead and roll full damage.
So do I roll the damage for the
actual still roll the damage for the bow
attack and then the D10 extra? Yes.
Yep. You roll the damage for the bow, the D10 extra, and the necrotic damage as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
11, 15.
But only one of them takes the damage from the bow. The other one will take the damage from the Hail of Thorns.
So the bow damage is, which one was that? Is only 3 points of damage.
Okay.
But then I rolled an 8.
Well, plus your modifier.
Plus my modifier. Oh shit. 7.
7 points of damage for just the bow, and then what's Hail of Thorns?
An additional 8 points.
And then what's the necrotic? Or no, that you already did the necrotic.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the guy that you actually hit with it, so you pull back your bow, release the arrow, it flies through the air. You see the actual arrow itself splinter off and become a bunch of shards of darkened wood as they then hit that table and the crates behind. You see the guy that you hit immediately falls to the ground dead, and the other one looks hurt bad. That's the end of your turn?
I mean, yeah. Yep, that's all I can do.
At the end of your turn, this guy right here takes a black crossbow bolt to the neck and falls to the ground dead. This guy is drug behind the crates and is out of eyesight, but you hear a yelp come from behind the crates.
We don't see what grabbed him.
You see make a perception check.
Can I make one too?
Yeah.
I don't.
16.
I'm glad I'm not here.
5.
You do not notice. It's a blur of black movement. All right, it is now the remaining hanged men's turn. They're all 4 just going to take out crossbow bolts and aim them over to the 3 of you. The one who's blinded is not going to do anything. He's at very low health. Oh, wait, no, that guy's blinded too, right next to Morton.
Yep.
So
Morton knows.
He just fires a crossbow bolt blindly.
They can't attack. It's just disadvantage.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'll roll with disadvantage. Natural 1. Okay, there we go. The other guy is really hurt and blinded, and so he just ducks behind the table. But the other 2 are going to make crossbow bolt attacks on Maewyn. That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
And a 7 to hit.
Nope.
17 does a total of 11 points of piercing damage to you.
Great.
As a crossbow bolt slams into you. That is the end of their turn. Cuinn, you're up.
All right. I'm very small and slow. 10, 15, 20, 25. Actually, I can...
Don't worry. I'm giving a good old hug to your brother.
This guy's blind. This guy is very hurt and blind.
Yeah, I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
If you don't want to do anything to that guy, because I'm gonna.
Well, we both might be able to. I'm going to.
Oh yeah, he's not hurt. Never mind.
Dissonant whispers on him, so he still makes it normally. It's not based on sight.
Yeah, that is a 3 on the die.
So that fails. So he takes 3, 7, 9 points of psychic damage.
This guy immediately just like screams as he hears.
Whisper something into his ear.
Yeah, as he hears just some kind of like out of nowhere, just this horrifying sound, and he immediately sprints away from both of you getting opportunity attacks on him.
Yeah, I do, and try and make it look like I'm smacking at Cuinn.
Yeah, I mean, the other 2 are focused on May, and the other guy's blind, so yeah.
Yeah, I immediately go for, like, as he runs away, a quick just little...
Yeah.
Get him right
I got 9.
9 misses.
I got a 22.
He has 1 hit point left. You just stick out your foot, and he trips and falls and bangs his head on the floor, and he is unconscious.
I look over at Cuinn, just go like, "You son of a bitch!" And again, keeping it up.
Yeah.
I'll try to just like squat down, and then that is my turn, and then that other guy is no longer blind.
Okay, great. Still in a lot of pain though. Morton, it's your turn.
With that, knowing, like, using Cuinn as the, like, distraction, I move with Gelbrix.
So you can move 20 total feet with it.
Yeah, I think this... I have a measuring tool, and I did not use it in that moment. Move there.
Okay.
I move past, and, like... keeping my sword up and any sort of like flailing that I do to keep Gelbrix with me and any sort of,
for sure. I'm letting that natural 20 deception check. That's riding.
Yeah, and I just back up and I'm moving toward the door with Gelbrix.
Okay. Gelbrix is going to just stay with you. That is at the end of his turn. Maewyn, you're up.
Okay. I am going to cast Hail of Thorns again.
Okay.
And aim it at this guy. Oh, it's not doing it. Why not?
I'm assuming it's one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two. So. Oh, fuck. That is a 13 to hit.
13 just hits.
Oh, thank goodness.
You are
Okay,
inspired
so-
also, I think still.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you used it last time.
I didn't. So the guy who.
Oh, dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
That is a 3 on the die.
Great.
I'm going to stop rolling that one.
The arrow itself does 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then the Hail of Thorns does 2.
Okay, so they're both still standing, but both look very hurt. At the end of your turn, one of them that is the more hurt, the one who was actually hit by the arrow, takes a crossbow bolt to the neck and is dead. Cuinn, you see a dark figure jump over the stack of crates and land on the guy right in front of you with a rapier inside of him.
Is it the shade?
And he pulls out the rapier, and you just see a hooded figure right there in front of you.
Okay.
So this guy is dead. He then, fuck it for the narrative, he then takes his crossbow bolt, shoots to the left without even looking. This guy is then dead, and I hate that you ruined it. You look up and you see a very familiar face with a scar across his throat.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
He is incredibly pale. You see that one of his eyes is completely dead and white as you see the shade standing in front of you. And he says,
I was joking.
It's hard to kill the darkness. And that is where we are going to end this week's session.
Oh my god.
Fuck him up.
I will let our viewers know mechanically the shade is now a reborn.
Oh boy.
We will find out the aftermath of the assassination attempt on Tadrimi and the return of the shade in 2 weeks' time. Cliffhanger for you. So 2 weeks from today at 2 p.m. Central, we will have the continuation of the Tayaroth campaign. A week from today at 2 p.m. Central, we are going to be doing a one-shot back in the world of Erubrian with level 20 characters of our party from Campaign 1. So very excited about that. Keep an eye out for that. Tomorrow night on All Hallows Eve, we are having a Monster Hearts session, Master of Ceremonies yet again, the wonderful Angie Forshee. So tune into that tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central for some spooks. And then the premiere of The Remains, the long shot that we are going to be doing, set in the world of The Last of Us, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central. Stay tuned at Charmed Persons everywhere for all of these wonderful projects. You can catch up with us on Twitch, on YouTube, on Spotify. It's hard to miss us. Thank you all for joining us. This has been a great session. Thank you all to my players, the best players a DM can ask for. And as always, everybody say bye.
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 Bye.